Alright, so this time, the last episode, I got around to uploading it really late, so the Banlist was released within the same day as it got uploaded. So you know,
But good news is we are now up to date, right?
right?
Banned.
Eh, we are, but fucking the Banlist, fucking Protoss is dead, which is
I didn't even know
good.
this thing existed until it got banned. Like I have never seen this thing in any Sword Soul / Tenyi deck. But he's fucked. He's fucked. He's really good.
Yeah, he's like the VFD of Yu-Gi-Oh.
I had a similar thing. It's like it's a big VFD vibes. So like unlike Virtual World, which got to keep VFD for nearly an entire format, they just slap Sword Soul straight away.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty fair given that Sword Soul's still a strong deck on its own.
Absolutely, I think this is fine for them. They've got better things to play with coming soon.
Yeah. Speaking of better things to play with, Simorglink. I don't know what my segue there was because they don't really.
That's one of many dead birds in this ban list. It's a weird hit because like it's such a insidious card because like it only gets better over time, and decks could either pivot into the Apex Avian or more usually the barrier statue. And I guess it's nice to kind of just take that floodgate-ish thing away. It's because it's the last thing you kind of want on a big end board.
Yeah, it's for a Simorg card, it was pretty good, which might sound like damning with faint praise, but it was a good fucking bird.
Yeah, it was way too good to be a Simorg.
Yeah, now I have to rework my Simorg Tri-Brigade build.
Oh no. It even got banned.
Yeah, I feel like this is I feel like this both was and wasn't warranted because I think with the kneecapping of some of the other decks, they kind of look at Drytron. It's like, we don't want you coming back.
Yeah, surely this doesn't outright kill Drytron. Like, it can't be that bad in a competitive sense.
It kills the Herald variant, which was the variant of Drytron that worked just because of the inherent synergy between fairies and Drytron. Because it's the way they fuel Herald's negates.
So you've got to play it like a normal deck now.
Gross.
Ew.
Speaking of normal decks, Imperial Order
fucking
fucks with normal decks.
Finally gone. Like this thing's been hanging around at 1 for the longest time when it really should have been hanging out at 0 for even longer.
Yeah, it should have been fucking hanging around in the trash.
But that being said, you can still stall your opponent out from spells. Just play anti-spell.
Yeah. Summon Dark Simorg. That's the new Simorg boss monster. Anti-spell and Dark Simorg.
Oh, what a time we live in.
And limited is fucking Destrudo and Snow. It's the year of Luna Light Sworn. I almost said Luna Light because I was thinking.
No, you got too far. We'll talk about Luna Light Tiger first, I guess, because this brings up quite a lot of questioning. Are they any good with Tri-Brigade?
I think so. Yeah, there are some variants of it. Yeah, I haven't looked into those. I've mostly been trying to go back to my KFC build.
KFC. I've never heard of that build. What's that? Then? Is that the?
Oh yeah, it's essentially like Blackwings, Raid Raptors, and Lunar Lights, and it's called that because KFC and Lunar Lights both have thighs.
All right, cool. Well, Lunar Lights are playable.
Fuck you.
Barely. I guess we can't have heart horror back then.
I genuinely think we can't. But yeah, the interesting thing is that like Tiger is both more and less searchable before because Tenki's limited now.
That's true.
And Tiger's at 1, but we do have Small World.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting. But Destrudo and Snow, the fucking mill boys are back, baby.
Yeah, I love Destrudo. Like, he is very degenerate, but he's also very funny. He's very funny. Like
Funny card design.
funny card design. Hopefully, like we start to get some more of these tuners back, and a certain blue card gets banned in its place. Maybe.
Oh yeah, it's almost like with Tyranny of Master Rule foregone, we don't need a link monster to make synchros playable. Oh.
And Snow, I can't stand Snow. It's one of the most obnoxious cards in the game.
I totally get that, but I also have to wonder like what is kind of relevant that could use it right now, because there's not a whole lot of mill decks.
No, it's
So
it's
I
nice. It's nice to have for Light Sworn. I guess Thunder Dragons as well. But
Yeah, but Thunder Dragons exist. I guess.
Grand Mardu too. But they've also lost another key component for banishing in the form of Pot of Desires. How's that for a segue? Pot of Desires Limited is.
This is a weird fucking choice.
It's brutal. Like it's way too late in the card's lifespan to limit.
I've heard some people say that it made this Sword Soul synchro like too big, but I just genuinely
Yeah, it
don't
makes
know.
Grand Mardu too big.
He's always too big,
It's fucking huge.
walking around with his 401k.
What a guy. Yeah, I guess at the end of the day, like, wouldn't you? If the payoff is like you can make your big Sword Soul board and then Shotgun Desires, it doesn't matter what you draw. You've got
It don't matter.
none of this matters.
None of this matters.
Exactly. You get 2 extra cards in hand and 10 banished cards to fuel your Long Dong, whatever his name is.
Wow, I still drew into 2 desires somehow.
Where did these come from? Right. So next is Recital Starling. We'll try and go through some of the meta ones. Yeah, this is another dead bird. Not quite dead, but
The Dead Bird Society.
dead birds just all up in my shit. They really want to hit Tri-Brigade without actually hitting Tri-Brigade.
Yeah, it's kind of weird to me because I think Tri-Brigade is kind of just gonna mount and cause problems for future like wilds type monsters.
Yeah, it's
Because we've seen it cause so many problems with like, yeah.
which is also why I find it interesting that they've unlimited Tiger in the first place, because the first thing people have said is, well, can I mash this into my Tri-Brigade deck?
I'm imagining they got a new guy at like Konami headquarters who's like, okay, maybe pendulums aren't that bad, which made like everyone kill him on sight. So they limited Astrograph Sorcerer to appease his angry spirit.
But will Astrograph do anything? Like,
No,
no.
it's so. Here's the thing. I think this is probably more me than anyone else, but I think he's something you'd want to see early on when you have another starter in hand, like, I don't know, maybe Wisdom Eye or
Chronograph.
yeah, or I guess technically you could also run the Mythical Beast engine. I've heard some people say that's not really necessary, but you probably want one of those pop buddies to get your stuff going. By the time I think you get to Beyond the Pendulum, you might not really have anything that can still pop your shit, and also you essentially need to use a search on him while also having your pop stuff up, because unfortunately her pop 2 is you need to pop 2. It's not up to 2 cards when you pendulum summon to both your zones. You need to pop 2. And Beyond the Pendulum is a, I don't know, we'll get to her.
Yeah,
But
this unlimits. It's fine, but because at the same time it also encourages just pendulum mashup again. Because
Yeah,
you want
way to.
you want to trigger the Astrograph to get value.
Yeah, but it's like I'm struggling to think of a lot of current pendulum decks, like more recent ones that, well, I guess Metalfoes got support recently. I guess just the thing is that, like, with Electromite gone, he's not really going to be as splashable as he once was.
No, definitely not.
So I genuinely think he could come back to 3 and you'd be fine.
Yeah, I think I kind of agree with that. There's only one way to find out, and that's give him back.
Yeah. Because you gotta keep in mind that this dude, like, butt fucking Electromite made for a mean, lean plussing machine. But without her, he's just kind of, like, lonely.
He's got a new side bitch.
Pendulum pussy.
You fucking stole my joke.
I know, it was funny. And last limited card is Monster Gate.
Basically, Ruin Force FTK, which is.
Yeah, he reinforced this card.
I hope in the future they just limit Ruin Force and put Monster Gate back to 3.
Yeah, the Cubic Discord has been on like suicide watch because of this.
That's a very specific example.
Yeah.
You could not have been any more.
Do I need a different example?
No one else is playing. No one else is playing this card, I guess. But because like at the end of the day, the Ruin Force FTK needs multiple Ruin Force to summon the trains, and your choices are limit the trains, which is stupid because the trains aren't that good, or limit the Ruin Force, which can continuously summon itself essentially for free.
I'm so amazed at a card that I looked at and said, yeah, that's stupid. Fuck that card. I hope his taxes are paid late. And then it looks like, oh, he did the worst thing ever.
It's purely incidental. Like if they'd have made it a different level, or like actually thought about his summoning condition a bit more, it would have been fine. Not even a once per turn, just like, I don't know, being like a cannot be normal summoned or set sort of deal.
I mean, that's what it already has, yeah.
No, he doesn't.
Isn't he?
Yeah, because that's why he yeah, it must be special summon. He doesn't have a must be special summon because that's why Monster Gate works.
Oh right, yeah.
I think, unless I'm an idiot. Hang on. Oh no, it must be special summoned. Yeah, it might need the once per turn. You are correct because the ones there. Cut that. Just cut that out.
Allow me to normal summon Ruin Force, please.
With no monsters on the field, I summon Ruin Force and attack for game.
All right, you're kicked out of locals.
Wait, no. Semi-limited. This is where it gets weird. They really want to fill this out.
Yeah, you know how every time a ban list gets posted, people post cards of consonants with one card that they got for 2 that they like.
Yeah.
Got. Yeah, that's Fusion Destiny and Hero Lives right now.
This is such a weird exchange because was Fusion Destiny really that important that they can play more than one?
Sort of. So here's the thing about Fusion Destiny. Unlike Red Eye's Fusion, it doesn't suck cock for a living. So even if you hard draw into it, it's not a brick. You go through all your combos, then you activate it and you get your DPE.
Okay. I mean,
So yeah,
it makes the whole package a little less
consistent.
yeah, but it still should have just been limited, and they should have just banned Verti Anaconda too.
I agree with that. I don't know why they're pussyfooting around it right now. It's probably just because they want to make sure that you buy bold. But yeah, it's really nice to see your Hero Lives to 2 though. The day after the ban list hit, I took my heroes to locals, and I had multiple times where I opened a Hero Lives 2 and Fusion Destiny. It's just like, oh, it's back.
It's gamer time.
The feeling in my lungs is back. Yeah, Nader, Servant, and Scapegoat are semi-limited.
Scapegoat to 2 is always a good time. Like, the more Scapegoat, the better, I say.
But
then again, like, what do people do with Scapegoat that gets it limited every time?
Free Link 4.
Is that it?
Basically, yeah. I don't know. I feel like it won't do anything. No one's talking about it, so whatever.
And Nadir Servant is just such a limp limit for Dogmatica.
I don't even know if it's like the primary problem there. It's just like
I'd say
Alistair. I'm sick of him.
I'd say Alistair and I'd say Ecclesia is more obnoxious than Nadir Servant.
Yeah, because Nadir locks you.
And Ecclesia just searches it.
Yeah.
I don't know. No one knows what these fucking Konami people do.
I don't know what Dogmaticas do.
They lose to my ritual deck because I send 3 arc lights. They never learn either. They're like, fucking Maximus Effect.
Tribute summons a Borg.
Maximus Effect. And I'm like, yeah, no, sure, yeah, 4, 2 on 2. I shall add 2 monsters.
I don't think I've ever seen them do that. It's normally just they set up their little stupid fucking schism window.
Yeah, they do. But like, I also take this opportunity to search, or like beta Mechaba or something.
Yeah, when they're not looking, I just dig into my deck and add whatever I want to my hand.
It's almost like doing that, really. Don't talk about my cheating. Don't talk about my cheating. Salamander
as
Circle
Infernity
is it
player.
too?
Yeah, tosses back and about
it's
time
it's
too.
not back. It'll never be back. They'll never let Thunder Dragon Colossus out. Good riddance. But no, 2 circles fine. I'd say they can start to get a bit more back. Even more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like in order of thing, like, part of me still feels that like Engage should not be back, but I think that's just because I fundamentally disagree with Sky Strikers on a moral level.
The way Sky Strikers is set up at the minute is like, because there's just so many limited cards in their engine, like they can't stick around for too long.
Good.
Which is good until obviously they get their Kaiju and
Yeah. Thunderbolt Zeke hits the scene. But I think last things are like the Unlimited, which is
bit of it's a wild ride. So Nessie's back to 3, which is fine, because the only one that really needs to stay limited is Jackalope.
Yeah, I'm surprised that the big boy himself could like come back to 3, and it's just like, all right. I mean, no one's using him, so it's like,
yeah, but
I guess there's not enough dark decks in the meta.
No, Danger will slowly creep back around as they start to unlimit.
You thought you were free of Norco, didn't you?
E-Telly to 3 is
Red
cool.
Man. Oh yeah. E-Telly is nice to see back again. They are taking full advantage of this by making as many level 3 psychics as possible.
Yeah, it's like
including a new one.
It's like they really want to like just reban this card. it feels personal at this point.
Yeah, it's like,
Oh, you want to come back? Okay, sure. Hey, come on in, level 3 psychic gang. Fuck him up.
Get him. But to be fair, like, it's not like the level 3 psychics.
Break his knees. Don't let him get away.
It's not like the level 3 psychics they have been making are all that good though. What are your choices? Like Punk?
hey, punk.
No. No.
Skullcrabat Joker's at 3.
Yeah, this is fine, I guess.
I'm very happy to see Penmag slowly creep back. I'm really excited for them. I love these lads.
I'd be interested to see like how full power Penmags could cope, but I don't think we won't be there yet.
Electromite is too much of a mean plus machine, I think.
Yeah.
Raigeki!
Raigeki to 3 is the funniest unlimit. It is something about it is just it tickles me.
How do you feel about Skill Drain?
Skill Drain 3 is not funny. It doesn't. It does not tickle me at all. It's just the stupidest unhit ever.
I fully agree with that. I think Raigeki to 3 is totally fine in this kind of like break a board kind of meta, and it's also just really funny to see because now you can just like run the ultimate destruction deck. I will take 3 Lightning Storms, 3 Raigekis, and 3 Dark Holes. Your board will never be the same.
Board. Yeah, no, like I'd say even like Feather Duster could start coming back because like back row is also just a massive pain in the ass, and if we're gonna have 3 skill drain, three skill drain, 3 Mystic Mine, I want fucking 3 Feather Duster.
Yeah, I still think Mystic Mine is incredibly unhealthy for the game and needs to fucking go, but here we are.
Also, Lightning Storm is really expensive.
Yeah. The skill drain's expensive too now. I think the Lost Art climbed up to like $70, which is the only version I had because it was the only one I could get.
Yeah, but now you only had 1. Now you need 3.
Yeah. Sorry.
This might be their strategy. If we just unlimit it, no one can afford skill drain.
It's the Black Lotus conundrum.
Oh.
But that's it for the ban list. And now,
Oh no, it's not.
the
No, it's
biggest thing
not.
in
Oh, we have Darkness Metal got unlimited, I guess.
Oh yeah, no, I said red med.
Did you?
Yeah,
Okay.
they kind of removed part of his frontal lobe, but he's okay.
He's still fine. Like
Yeah,
it's
he
like
can-
you can still summon him multiple times. But you can only use his condition once per turn, but you can still just special summon him, and he can special summon himself.
Yeah.
So sometimes
You know, make a second one. Make them kiss. Make VFD. Oh.
you can't do. He's not level 9. You're thinking that. You're thinking of the normal.
What level
He's
is
10.
Mega Ruin Force FTK. Make him kiss. But after the ban list is the biggest news in the Yu-Gi-Oh circle. Everyone's talking about it. You know it. It's Master Duels, baby.
Master Duels. Like they just dropped this shit out of nowhere. They literally just like after sitting on it for just the longest time. Master Duels here. It's out and it's surprisingly not bad.
Yeah, like they give you a lot. So I am gonna bitch about it a little bit.
Yes.
But they give you a lot of tools to make one deck, and that deck can basically be anything. But I'm going to talk about this first because I feel it kind of warrants talking about. They give you a lot of resources to build a single deck with everything that you need for it pretty easily off the bat, because the game only uses two kinds of quote-unquote currency. There's gems, which is, you know, standard free-to-play, gotcha, whatever money, and card parts, which are for rarities: normal, rare, super rare, and ultra rare. And you dismantle cards of a rarity to get like generally 1/3 of the amount of resources you need to generate a new card for that. And every time you generate a card of super rare or above, you can unlock a pack for a little bit. It's only for a limited. It's the pack that you unlock will be dedicated to a certain archetype and have higher.
I think I may have seen, and this may not be true, but there was a patch that got rid of the crafting free pack.
I genuinely don't know.
I think that was their latest update.
I
As
wouldn't
of
know,
this, they might reinstate it, or I might just be wrong.
I don't know. But yeah, it's you can trade in like a UR for 1/3 of any UR that you want, and when you craft a UR, you can get a pack that has kind of all the associated boys of whatever you crafted, as well as some other stuff. There's still like a basic pack, like the master pack, which has every card in the fucking game basically, and you have much less of a chance of getting what exactly you need, but you can still get enough URs and SRs to trade in for the ones you want, and then kind of dig into a pack that gives you higher chances. Not absolute chances. There's still a bunch of guff in there, but it gives you higher chances of getting the actual stuff that you want, which is kind of nice. So I think the crafting system is pretty good, but my problem is that once you build that first deck, you're basically fucking
shit
done.
out, unless you start spending money, which is obviously what they want you to do, and I totally think that's fine, because can you just delete the game and start again?
Yeah, but I do think it's stupid. That's like, okay, I built my one casual deck. Oh, all of ranked is full of massive meta. Oh,
just build meta, you fucking idiot.
I did. Like, here's the thing.
No.
I went into this. I went into this thinking, okay, if they're giving me all this shit for free, there's no market prices, everything costs the same, I may as well build Drytron. And that was a smart choice, because it got me to like. I mean, I know this isn't a big statement given the fact that ranked is a bit of a clusterfuck right now, but it got me to like Platinum 5 because I got bored at that point. It's like, I don't want to face meta all the time now. That's not knocking the meta, that's just me as a person.
Well, speaking of meta though, it's operating off not the most recent OCG ban list, but the one before it.
Yeah, so crazy shit like VFD is legal. Fucking Max C, the bug himself, is there. Eva is at 3, Ben 10 is at 3. There's some crazy shit because of that.
Yeah, it's also surprisingly refreshing seeing some like older decks that were like previously dead to the TCG just be chilling.
Yeah. It's nice to see after my Drytrons got gutted in real life, they can be alive in the digital world, just like Digimon.
But I must say, their implementation's fine. I still think they should have gone just for a subscription and give you access to the entire card pool.
I get that, but I think part of the issue is that people don't want to.
Subscribe to shit.
Yeah, I think they also want to use this as a way to get a bunch of new people in, because Master Duel's launch has been fucking massive. But here's the thing. I think that the game is absolutely fucking awful for getting players back into the game. Because I have
absolutely.
Seen so many
It's just because there'll always be a culture shock for, I want to say, quote unquote, returning players to Yu-Gi-Oh. Like, unless
Yu-Gi boomers.
I wouldn't even go that far. It's like if you've not played the game since literally, let's go say, for argument's sake, Teledad, you are not prepared for like all the shit that's come out since. I'd say only if in the recent years, say, the turn of Master Rule 4, if you should have stopped playing shortly after that was all in, and you'd been through all like the link shit, and you thought you'd want to settle down and just stop playing for a while and then come back, I'd say it'd be like the game's would be less of a shock. But if you like just come from way older formats and just expect to walk in and play fucking Legend Beatdown, it's not going to happen, and it was never going to happen.
Yeah.
These are the sort of things you need to like organize with your friends and just play these formats with your friends, because you'll never capture that magic ever again in an official card game. Your dreams are dead, and you need to realize it's
Your dreams are dead. Skill drains at 3. Eldritch is coming for you.
Give me your shoes. No, it sounds harsh, but it's the reality of it. Just go to your locals, buy bulk normal monsters, and sit and play your stupid, miserable format where the rules don't matter.
Oh, sweet Deckmaster format. Awesome.
No, not like that. Other than that, the game's fine. I rate.
Oh yeah, we gotta talk about the formats too. I forgot about that.
Ew, no, I don't talk about that shit.
I'm gonna talk about it, but yeah, Master Duel I think is a good start, but it's like it needs a specific casual duel setting instead of just the rooms, because I think these people need to come to a place, like they need to come to their little walled off garden, because otherwise they're gonna get overwhelmed very fast.
You want the Reddit of Yu-Gi-Oh simulators.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just like pen them into a corral, let them have their fun. I'll be over here with Drytrons winning.
Don't tell anyone I'm actually losing.
Your secret's safe with me.
Yeah. It's a good thing this isn't going up on the internet or something.
Nah.
But yeah, I like Master Duels. It's gonna be interesting to see how they implement further card support, because the card pool only goes up into Lightning Overdrive with a few extra things.
Yeah. Well, they can't just add in an update.
Yeah.
Will they be providing freebies with each update? Though.
I genuinely don't know. I don't know how they're gonna do it, and I think resources are really, really scarce. So they need to fix that first, I think, because with all the decks in this game, it is absurd to expect that.
And
you're only gonna build
unlike Duel Links, they can't just like scenario things and like give you like activities to do that like F2P and PVM sort of.
Yeah, it's all got to be PvP essentially. I've heard they're planning on doing event duels with stuff like synchro only decks, which could be cute.
Yeah, I mean, it could work.
I'll bring bears to that.
Bears. But only because you pulled bears trying to get Drytrons.
Exactly.
You had literally no.
I hate bears.
No choice but to play the bears.
Yeah, I've been trying to build Eldritch too, but it's been going slow.
He lives life in the slow lane.
But I think the next thing after Master Duels is a big thing that TCG right now: alternate formats.
Alternate formats, something we've only just discovered and remembered existed in the past 5 minutes.
Yeah. I don't know about a lot of places doing these. I've used my poll as the fucking. What am I trying to say here? I'm trying to say that I'm a dipshit, and I did talk a little bit to one game store owner, and some of them said that they'd be interested in doing stuff like this. I think the formats they announced they call them all something like a card name to be cute, but I don't remember those card names, so I'm just gonna call them whatever.
I only remember.
There's Deckmaster.
I only remember Common Charity.
Yeah. Common Charity is really interesting because Gokis are tier 0.
The other 10 years tier 0.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Common Charity is a format where you're only allowed to use common cards, nothing above, which is not dissimilar to Magic the Gathering's what do they call it?
I don't know.
Pauper format. But yeah, no, it's called Pauper.
Well, like Pauper? What?
Like Prince and the Pauper.
Oh, Pauper. Pauper.
No, is it? Yeah, Pauper.
Okay.
Pauper. Yeah, it's not dissimilar to a Magic the Gathering.
I speak good.
You say you feel English? That's impossible. Yeah, paupers. So yeah, it's a bit similar to that format from Magic. I think the difference is that since it's not based on like TCG player prices or market prices or whatever, it's gonna be a little bit weird in how it functions because you can have like a $3, $5, $10 common in form of something like Unizombie.
Yeah, those are kind of few and far between those, and Konami has done quite well to make that not a thing.
Oh yeah, Ash Blossom is legal in the format too. So
Lol. Also, it's called By the Grave.
At 1.
Shut up.
But yeah, it's gonna. I think it'll be interesting. I think the most interesting / stupid one though is Deckmaster format.
Only on the grounds that like we know literally nothing official about these.
I think we know a little bit. So Deckmaster format, from what they've said, is you select a monster from your deck and put it outside the duel, and its effects are applied as being active on the field. So, Last Warrior from Another Planet.
Yeah, this is dumb. I don't like.
It
this
was
game.
really poorly thought.
Well, when they say Deckmaster, like surely they mean just like main deck, and not extra deck.
I mean, they've from what I understand in the document they had, they said that yeah, even if you can't normal summon it, you can just normal summon it straight up to the field, ignoring all like tribute requirements and stuff.
To me, that just sounds like someone's walked up to me in the playground and they have the Last Warrior, but they don't have the materials, and they just want to make my life a misery.
I mean, that's what Deckmaster is. It's playground format, except they kind of forget that if you give an adult the power of a child, they have the power of a child. I don't know where he's going with this. The point is, people are going to summon Last Warrior from Another Planet and nothing else, because you do lose if it's destroyed, but it can't be destroyed, I think, unless you normal summon it, and its effects apply on the field anyways, even if you didn't normal summon it, so it's just like...
It's
right.
very obviously not well thought out.
Yeah, it's just there for nostalgia jerk off and not much else, I
I
think.
wouldn't even go that far. I think it's just there for just jerk off purposes. It's a classic.
Welcome to
it's a classic jerk off.
You've heard of Common Charity. How about Come On Charity?
Oh no. Oh no. What other formats are there?
The other ones are, there's one where they give you a pre-constructed deck, which I think is really interesting, but it's really going to depend on how
Who gives you the deck?
how your local game store handles it.
Yeah, I can't see Konami willingly giving out free cards.
Yeah, I mean, it would have to be like a rental system or something, or decks bad enough that they wouldn't mind giving them away, which is fine, because, like, fuck it, give me a Poker Night deck.
Yeah, but that being said, they all have to be all around at least a similar power level, because, like, otherwise the asshole that gets the Sky Striker deck gets to win.
I agree, but I think, I remember in the document, 2 of the decks that they listed in specifics were Poker Knights and Time Thieves, and I think those are pretty fair. I think you can get away with like
Time
one or
Thief
two
shits
against
all
each
over
other.
Poker Night. Time Thief could probably, I'd say, quite handily win just the normal locals.
But Poker Night Summon Sniper win the game. Checkmate, Reggie.
Fuck. That's not even a poker term.
I've got a royal flush. Hand of 5 Karibos. What else was
What
there?
else was there? Like, those are the only ones that, like, sort of...
Oh, there were 2 that were actually really good.
Okay.
You know, I say that by
Yeah,
like,
no,
I like the
yeah.
pre-constructed
You
idea, too.
failed to impress me so far with these. I say you, like, Konami has failed to impress me so far with these.
Well, so have I. But previous formats.
Okay, this is fine.
Yeah, no, this is just straight up good idea. Like, yeah, let us play fucking Edison. I still don't know what Edison
don't know
is.
what Edison
Let us play fucking Goat. Let's play a hat. Yeah, let's have some fucking fun, dude.
Yeah, that sounds fine by me. Like, it's not like they don't have the ban lists all, like, written down somewhere.
Yeah, you can go to Wikipedia, check the ban list history, see that one funny time A Assault Core got limited. And yeah. And the last one, this is my favorite one because it's the one that makes my decks playable. Rogue format only, like no meta.
Oh, this is what do you call it? This is Edo Pro lobby format. No
Hell
synchro,
yeah, the best
no
format.
XCs, no synchro, no hand
You know,
traps.
Don't summon Neck Knight Avram. My friend keeps summoning it equipped with Power of Guardian. Cannot beat. No counterplay.
Thank you, Duel Links.
But I think it's a good idea because it means you get to stay fresh with what you do. But the problem with this one compared to the others is that it is really subjective.
Yeah,
Like, what do you individually count as meta? Is it a
your
deck that's
your
top
locals
even
would
once?
literally have to start tallying what wins and what doesn't win. Also, obviously,
Yeah.
also pulling results from YCS events, etc., etc.
Yeah, and it's a thing where it's like it's a really good idea. I think it's just the problem is it requires a lot of maintenance on the side.
And
of
if something if
your
something
locals.
gets bumped down, there's a good chance it'll just shit all over them.
Yeah, like I think I really think that Rogue would have to be the strongest power level they could allow in that, but even then that might be a bit much. I genuinely don't know.
Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's just to wait for them to fuck it up.
Yeah. But anyway, speaking about the TCG side
Speaking of
again,
fucking up.
we're back again, and about time too.
Back is in the TCG, the first set of the year, ladies and gentlemen.
The first set ever.
Wow, Yu-Gi-Oh started again
This set in Yu-Gi-Oh has just become the first set
in Yu-Gi-Oh.
by Yu-Gi-Oh.
The
Libromancers.
TCG theme is finally here. Getting real Vendread vibes from this.
This deck is like the white rice of Yu-Gi-Oh. It exists. It's fine. I don't have much more to say about it.
Like coming off the heels of bees, you really are left a little bit wanting.
Yeah. So Libromancers are a ritual deck, whose gimmick is
They gain effects based on if you tribute summon monsters on the field. So it's like there's, so there's the effects they get aren't anything to write home about, but you can at least tribute any monster and they get effects from on-field monsters. There's some decent synergies with things like incantations, so you can get a thing going. But they're off. Some of the offerings in terms of the ritual monsters themselves aren't good.
Yeah, I think so. Most of the non-rituals share an effect special themselves from hand by revealing a ritual. In
Yeah, that's
hand.
really good.
There's Magic Girl, who can during the opponent's turn ritual summon a monster from hand. Agent can target a Libro in graveyard and add to your hand. If it was a back row, you go minus, you fucking idiot. And then there's Geek Boy. When special, just searches a spell. They're fine.
Yeah.
Geek Boy is level 3 psychic,
Yeah,
so you know what we just talked about.
Geek Boy and Agent are really good. Magigirl, we'll have to see until like if we get any future support, because simply summoning a ritual monster from your hand on a quick play is, especially a Libromancer themselves, because
It's also one that's locked to the opponent's turn.
yeah, these things don't do anything when they're summoned, so it really is just a case of putting down a beat stick on board and hoping you don't die.
Yeah. First appearance is a field spell showing a fucking JoJo fight. Adds a Libromancer to your hand and lets you, if it has a different name than the cards you control, and you can ritual summon multiple times per turn. So that's pretty pogers.
Yeah, it's a good field spell.
I appreciate the multiple ritual summons and not.
Yeah, well that's in place of the fact that they don't actually have a ritual spell, and they're never once per turn anyway.
Yeah. Then there's Intervention, which I'm going to cover now because one of the rituals needs it for context. It's a normal trap that when the opponent activates a card or effect, it bounces a Libromancer ritual you control to negate it, and specials a Libro from hand or graveyard. The fact that it bounces your card is dumb, and it not being a counter trap is dumb, but it's fine.
I would agree, but I think it should have been a counter trap.
I agree.
And also, you
bouncing
you
your...
really have to summon a ritual monster from your graveyard, otherwise you're not getting any value out of this. Or ritual monster or Magic Girl, because you really need to get those rituals back on field.
Yeah, like the problem I have is that bouncing rituals is always a very costly fucking process just because of how much investment you need for them.
Yeah, it feels like they should have just been like send it to the graveyard and summon a monster with a different name if you really wanted to be like that.
Yeah. It's nice that it's like an Omni-Negate, I think, but I don't know.
Right, well, we'll start with the worst ritual of all of them. It's Firestarter, level 3 Cyburst.
Why the fuck is he Cyburst?
Because it's funny. I don't know. It's searchable with Cynet mining.
You're so stretching for anything good to say about this asshole.
Yeah, he can't be banished by card effects.
Miracle Egg! Miracle Egg! Miracle Egg!
Yeah, but you can also run over him with a macro effect and he gets banished if you really want to write home.
He screams into the void.
Gains 200 attack every time your opponent activates a card. It's not even like a reactive card. Well, I say it is reactive, but not in a good way. It doesn't even like.
I mean, I'm reacting to how bad
it doesn't
is,
even
so.
give other monsters you control 200 attack and defense. It's just itself. So you're at the end of the day, if your opponent activates the however many effects it takes to get to like 3,200 attack. Oh no, just 3,000 attack. You're left with the 3,000 attack monster on field when you could you probably could have just summoned Acid Golem.
Yeah, he starts out at 18 attack.
That's
So your opponent needs to activate like
effects. He will not be on the
which
on the field in 6 effects.
Yeah, I mean, like, he'll be there, but it's, like, not for fucking long when the opponent Boral Swords your fat ass.
What a waste.
But, yeah, the other one is Doombroker, who's a level 6 Dark Fiend that has, when you use material on the field, he can attack directly, and when he deals damage, you can target and spin the face-up monster the opponent controls. And during the main phase, you can set a Libromancer trap from deck. This is fine. It grabs in the gate, spins stuff.
We're very grateful that they didn't put the trap set effect on for the cost. Like, and this is the thing. Like, they made a big deal out of like if these things gain effects based on being ritual summoned from using monsters on the field, but this thing just attacks directly, which is I guess triggers this the discard or this. Sorry, not
the spin,
that's not the spin, but.
I think it's supposed to be like Altergeist Mermaid in a sense.
I guess. And at least you're direct attacking for the fat 2.5. But this thing can only get better. Like they have to commit to making more traps though, otherwise he will slowly run out of value.
Like, I think my fundamental thing with Libromancers is this. They've got a good base, but that statement doesn't fucking mean anything when Konami can just choose to make all of their fucking next support Twin Long Rods #2 again. There's decent consistency tools, a basic game plan, and there's bad cards, but it doesn't mean much when we can't really see the trajectory of this deck.
Yeah, this stage is fine. It's the next one that's make or break.
Yeah. Given how low rarity this one is, I feel like it's just gonna break.
I'm inclined to agree.
Flower Dino.
This is a dinosaur.
Moving on. Sol and Luna.
This is a flip card, and I have a lot to say about this.
Hey, go ahead.
So, I like me some flip decks, and for the longest time, if you wanted to flip, you had Book of Moon.
Put in black and white footage of cards being flipped.
You had things like Book of Eclipse, which
With a red X over it.
no one plays that. There's the new Book of Lunar Eclipse, which is pretty good, a little steep, but this thing, however, like, you can straight up Book of Moon your opponent and activate your own flip effects. And like, it doesn't even matter what position. Like, both monsters can be face up and they'll both go face down. Both can be face down and they both go face up. You know, this thing's really good. It's a little bit unfortunate it has a hard once per turn, but I think this is solid.
Yeah, no, it's a good card. I think.
Weird for a TCG exclusive to be so.
I fear Guard Dog.
Oh yeah, Guard Dog. But also at the same time, that's a 2-card thing. So that comes with its own inherent.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I think this is a good card. It'll be kind of like interesting to see how it rolls, stuff like that.
Also, that Flower Dino thing actually did have something worth talking about.
Okay, we'll go back.
Rewind. It's so basically, it summons itself on the activation of a trap card, or if your opponent activates a spell card or effect. And if it's sent to the graveyard, you can just shuffle back banish spells and traps from either graveyard, and then place them into your deck or the opponent's deck, and you get to draw a card. This won't be played in dinos, but I can think of back row decks that would actually be happy to play this.
Dinomorphia might actually make use of this, but I genuinely don't know.
Yeah, I'd say Dinomorphia. Let Lair play with this. 'Cause at the end of the day, it's a 2k beat stick, and if it's sent to the graveyard, so you can just tribute this for like Ballista Cannon if you didn't get your Lair, or not Ballista Cannon. Ballista.
Yeah, you can shuffle through banish back row into the decks and then draw one card.
Yeah, it stonks.
Yeah. Dragon Bite is a level 4 Dark Insect Tuner that when normal and specials a level 4 lower insect from your hand. You can banish level 4 lower insect from hand, graveyard, or field, and then target a face-up monster you control and increase its level by that monster's level. Did someone say B Trooper Hulk? Because I did.
This thing's good. I got no problems with this. I say that. I don't like the level change. I thought it was just like increase its level by 1. I didn't realize it was like it took the level from the thing you're banishing. So if you banish that Resonance Insect, whatever you're targeting increases by 4, which could make levels
so you can make
fucky for.
so you can make rank 8s and B Troopers, right?
Sure. Like if you can find a good rank 8 to put on the end board.
Like I'm trying to think what you can make of this. You might reasonably be able to.
You could make Ballista, the level 12 Battle Wasp Synchro. Because don't forget, if you like.
Please don't do that.
Yeah, no, don't do that. It's not very good. But at the same time, you got to think in a B Trooper environment. Unless you're summoning this thing first, you'll more than likely be locked into insects.
Yeah.
You could make like Malevolence in if you pump a pin up by banishing level 3.
Don't do that.
He's alright, target and banish.
I don't remember.
But then it's you don't think too much about this effect. It's not going to be coming up.
It's okay. I wasn't
This
saying that.
just the ability to start plays and extend.
Yeah. Next is Rock Scales, who is a bad relinquished fish.
Yeah, this thing sucks. Like,
Yeah.
it has to be special summoned. So
Wow, it's worse.
no, well, I'd say being tribute summoned's worse.
Yeah, but like, where are you gonna special summon this with?
The fish link.
Why would you do that?
You wanted an example.
I wanted a good example.
It doesn't matter. Like stealing your opponent's cards is pretty good. No matter what
Yeah.
form it comes in, and it's not like it's completely unsummonable. Does white mirror do? What is that level?
White Mirror is level 4 or
Oh.
lower.
You get the gist. It's
I do.
just it won't be see any play. It reminds me of Master's Diploman that came out not too long ago.
I think I know what you're talking about.
But
Yeah,
that needs to be tribute summoned. That thing fucking sucks, which is a shame because it's a machine with equal attack or defense, so you could kind of play it in. Yeah, and it's a floodgate.
Was it? I don't
Yeah,
remember it being one.
your opponent can't activate the effects of monsters that they control. So it's like Millennium Eyes.
Okay. But yeah, next up is the Great Double Casted Caster.
This thing is just a mess.
It's a super poly target for non-effect decks, which would tell you a lot about it.
Imagine, if you will, Tenyi versus Metal Foes.
I prefer not to dwell on the matters of higher beings. Yeah, this thing is. I'm not even.
Yeah,
reading
it's a beat stick. I wouldn't even call it a beat stick. It's a wall.
It's a stick.
And if your opponent outs it, you can summon a banished or non-effect monster in your graveyard. But why? Why would you do that?
You can super poly away the Sword Soul tokens.
You know, that's not the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I see you chose to make a play, but what you forget is I have the brain cells of an antelope.
You know, you flip that scapegoat, and then hopefully you have enough tokens to realize you're an idiot, and you shouldn't have done that. Now you can't super
I
poly.
can't activate super poly the same turn I do that.
Oh, can I take that back?
No.
Okay.
The imports are all fucking bad. We got Smile Potion.
It's about smiles.
The only good import here is a Groza, Tyrant of Thunder.
Yeah, well, I was wondering when we get this, and he's pretty good. I like him.
Yeah, he's alright. I think he's good for like Fiend decks or whatever. I don't know ones that really use synchros, but there you have it. Yeah, but DDDs lock themselves.
Yeah, they still summon shit like Crystal Wing and Hope Harbinger. Do they do that anymore? What?
I don't know if the new support really facilitates that, but I guess they can still do that if they feel like it. But the rarities.
Not bad.
Yeah, surprisingly, like Blue Eyes and Dark Magician only got hit with one secret rare each. Dinomorphia got off rougher than they did.
Yeah, they really want you to play Dinomorphia, I think.
Buy Therizia, please! Buy Therizia, summon her!
Please.
The Albaz of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Albaz is the Albaz of Yu-Gi-Oh! You will never be Alistair.
Albaz is the Black Wings of Yu-Gi-Oh! But yeah, so some of the secret choices are weird, like Sales Ban, the bootleg prohibition. Another fucking Ice Jade. The Zombie Vampire. which is what they're calling the undead vampire, which
I
is
mean,
kind of
they're both
much
pretty
longer.
redundant.
Yeah, but undead vampire sounds dignified. Zombie vampire sounds like they just gave up.
Whatever, dude. It's a zombie.
Yeah, Libromancer Geek Boy is a secret rare, confirming that I'm not gonna give a shit about this deck.
Yeah.
The one that really caught me off guard that was Guardian Chimera is a secret rare, and when I asked around, people were like, "Oh no, yeah, Deshpia is gonna use it." It's like, oh,
Like the competition wasn't exactly stiff for secret rares, so like I guess all of these make sense.
yeah. I'm just surprised that Blue Eyes didn't get fucked nearly as hard. Like, the Dictator of D is only a super rare.
And yeah, and he's like the most important card out of all of them, right? Except for Fusion.
Yeah. Yeah, like, Ultras include, Timaeus, Master of Chaos, Blue Eyes Tyrant, Dynamorphia, Kentric, what the fuck? I don't care. Libromancer First Appearance, Eagle of the Ice Jade, Vampire Ghost Ogre, Chaos Neptus, DDD Machina, the Fluwanderies Rhoda, and Earth's Arctic Radiation, because bears never deserve anything good.
I'm kind of shocked that both the Libromancer like good cards like Geek Boy and First Appearance have taken such high spots. I think it's a bit in, especially considering their power level. It's definitely feels a bit. It's a very S Force move.
Yeah, I think they really overestimated the deck. Over S Force estimate, whatever. I'm surprised that DDD's got like pretty much off the hook, just a single ultra that you play at one.
Yeah, but that means it means playing DDDs, and no one really wants to do that because they're too big brain.
Joke's on you, cracks knuckles, opens penis. I'm going to.
Well, good. This is the set for you.
It is.
Go be yourself, king, as the kids would say.
Okay. I'm gonna go fucking buy a few packs this weekend at the sneak preview and see what I get. I know I say buy singles, but fuck it, I'm happy with the like rarity choices for once to support it.
I only care about the rarity choices if they directly affect me.
Yeah.
If they do, buy singles. If they don't, buy packs.
Do as I do, not as I do.
What?
Down to fuck, I mean DIFO. First of all, zombies.
Zombies. Another wave of zombie support. So last time it was
shit.
vampires. This time it's literally it's just zombie world. Or-
Yeah, just straight up zombies. So, we start off with this one's getting renamed Mad Murder, who is a level 2 target zombie tuner that copies Plague's name while on field or in graveyard, and can fucking level eater itself by lowering a level 6 or higher monster by 2 at the cost of zombie locking. This is really good.
Funny.
Hey, Baelish, the scepter you were supposed to be monitoring is on fire!
Clowns are funny. But, no, this thing's really good. It's shockingly good. Like, I'd have thought it would at least have been like countless Plague Spreader all throughout the deck. So you had to make a conscious choice whether or not to play multiple. But I suppose you're still only playing one.
Yeah, I mean, part of the issue with the deck as is, I feel, is that, like, you only have so many, like, mills from deck, and you have a lot of things you want to mill.
Yeah, zombies now are starting to hit a critical mass of you have to get rid of certain things in a certain order, otherwise you will not get the end board you want.
Yeah. But yeah, I like Mad Murder because he opens up access to a Plague Spreader exclusive synchros again. Granted, there's still that dumbass Arcfiend Skull one that's like, use 3 level 2s to make me. It's like, fuck off.
And also saying that like it gives access to the Plague Spreader synchros, there's like not many, I don't want to say any good ones at all. Like Doom Kaiser is fine, but the rest are not good.
You can activate assault mode with him, though.
Yeah, no, Doom Kaiser assault mode is really good, and the assault mode package is actually also fine. So if you want to play assault mode zombies, here's your in.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, reasonably, if you've got a way to get Mad Murder in the graveyard, you go Psy Reflector, you add the one guy, you search assault mode with him, you revive him, you change him to level 6, and then you revive fucking Mad Murder from your graveyard. And then I forget if you can actually make any plays because I don't know if the non-tuner has to be zombie.
I don't think so. What's it? What do we call it? Doom Kaiser. Doom Kaiser.
This is a very dumb
non-tuner
combo.
zombie monsters, but chances are along
Zombie
the way. Well, that being said, if you play Assault Sentinel, he can copy types from the material, like for material requirements.
Oh yeah, you're
So
right.
yeah, that's still possible.
Yeah.
But you still can't turn one Doom Kaiser. You'll have to assault mode it, and then
Yeah. But next up is Al Ghul Mazera.
this fucker doesn't quit.
It proves that Zero refuses to pick a fucking lane. Am I an angel or a devil or maybe even dead?
Yeah, his corporeal body is dead.
He's face down in the Family Guy pose in a river somewhere.
Zero, look out! Yeah, no, he's like you discard him or banish him to protect a zombie from being destroyed.
Yeah, you banish him.
and then
you
when
banish him from hand
yeah,
to graveyard.
and then when he's banished, he comes back. You summoned him.
Yeah, this is really fucking good. It's an obnoxiously recurring destruction protection that won't be hard to shit into the graveyard.
Yeah, and the fact that you can just like helmet your Baylor drop now kind of just works.
Yeah. The best part is that like I think him proccing his own effect sets off Baylor's Rush, so you get a banish out of that.
It just works. It just works.
He's a good lad. I'm glad he's dead.
Thank.
I mean that
he
in the
died for our sins.
I mean that in the nicest way possible. All right, so Red Eye's Zombie Dragon Lord has absolutely bodied Baylor's Rush and fucking vored him and is a level 10 synchro.
How though? Like, even in that structure deck, Red Eye's Zombie Dragon was like the objectively worst monster, and they
Potential.
keep pegging him as like this amazingly strong creature, and it's like, no, it's fucking Red Eyes, dude.
Yeah, I don't think there's been a single time where fucking the Red Eyes Zombie Dragon has been good in the real game. I mean, in Duel Links there was that one time, but that was an accident.
But this interesting factoid: this thing does have the same stat line as a Red MD, and summons from graveyard like Red MD. It's lore. It's just straight up lore.
Can we call him WebMD Dragon?
WebMD Dragon.
Out of the fact that he's dead.
Diagnosis. Dead.
I diagnosed you with dead. Just fucking bites Baylor Drosh snap. Yeah, he during the opponent's turn only, he can quick effect target revive a zombie in the graveyard, and if he's in your graveyard, you can banish a zombie you control to revive him. He feels underwhelming, so he's a Red Eyes card.
Yeah.
Put in the audience laughter.
The Seinfeld baseline. Corpse Dragon Lord Felgrand.
Yeah, Felgrand as a deck is fucking deader than dead.
Yeah, there's no better way to drive it home than like put him into his new home, Zombie Land.
Hell. Oh.
No, this is way better than Hell, and he's actually not that bad either.
Yeah, he's level 8, light, needs a zombie tuner, and one special summon you can target banish a monster the opponent has on field or graveyard.
Cool. Double up on negates.
Yeah, and if a monster is special summoned from the graveyard while he's on the field, you can target negate a monster, which is, in theory, this works in tandem with Zombie Dragon Lord, but in reality, he won't resolve until his own special chain, so you have to hope that the opponent has an ignition effect and not a trigger effect that's going off.
Yeah, it'll be a little bit situational, but he's not bad.
Yeah. I think he's kind of cute. He just needs some setup to work. Immortal Dragon is Coral Dragon after he ate 200 Doritos and exploded, and is a level 6 Synchro Tuner.
Oh, and also he manipulates levels.
I didn't know if you were doing a bit there or if you like died.
Oh no, yeah, I'm dead. I'm in Zombie World.
House Felgrand.
Dead. But no, yeah, basically he's another mill.
Which is never a bad thing.
Not a bad thing. And much like the other zombie synchros now, they have like revival shenanigans.
Yeah. He also recurs when being destroyed by battle, so
that's what I said.
Cute. Oh, well, I wasn't paying attention.
I didn't realize it was by battle though. I thought it was just like when it leaves the field.
No, it would be too good if that was the case. But yeah, this fucker isn't sitting on the field for long. I can tell you that.
Yeah, you'll be getting rid of him soon enough.
Yeah. The next one is probably one of the best cards in this entire wave. Zombie Reborn.
It's surprisingly well balanced because just reviving a zombie from the deck would have been too much. Sorry, reviving from the graveyard. But because you have to banish a copy with the same name, you can't, like, in particularly grab something that you'd be playing only one of. Or you might not be able to get something that you play, or you've got something that's already expired.
Yeah, I enjoy it because it just gives you more like fun revival tools and shit to do with all your milling.
It just feels like they did kind of forget the Book of... What do you call it? The Book of Life just like fell out of existence.
Book of Life is kind of a funny card inherently.
Yeah, I love Book of Life. I think it's brilliant.
By the way, it can summon a zombie from either graveyard.
Sweet.
So you can cooperate it with Zombie World by stealing Ash Blossom. It also means that if your opponent has an extra deck monster in the graveyard, you can run that extra deck monster in your extra deck and just steal it after it's dead.
Oh, really? Does it work like that? Does it do extra?
Yeah, you can. So, let's say your opponent has a dead, I don't know, Boral Sword, and you have Boral Sword in your graveyard. You banish that monster from your extra deck, and then you steal that Boral Sword.
Damn, son. That's really clever.
Yeah, this thing can also recycle a banished zombie, not in the same turn as it activates its real effect, but it can recycle a banished zombie to set itself again, but banishes itself when it leaves the field.
Yeah.
This is just really good.
All the Zombie World structure deck cards had that second effect. All the spell traps did.
Yeah, but I like this one because it's really funny.
Yeah, no, it's a good shine. Finally is the trap, which is Haunted Zombie. I've not read it. I think it has a token involved, and that's about it. But it has Bone Tower in the art, and I love Bone Tower. That card's cool. So
I didn't read this card, but I saw Bone Tower in it somewhere, so I'm assuming that Tier 0 is incoming.
Bone Tower Mill, let's go. I just think he's neat.
Return to my Akashi. Me too.
But that's it really. It's nice to see them going towards like the more synchro focused things. It's like zombies have all these tuners, but not a lot of good synchros. So when like the time comes for it, it's like, well, where are the synchros, Konami?
Don't worry about it.
Play real synchros.
No. Yeah. Next up is Hero. Challengers. No one asked for these.
No, but they are interesting. I'm gonna straight up. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna be brave.
Token.
Stop doing that.
I'll give them credit for being very balls to the wall in what they want to do. I take away credit for being a level 4 warrior deck that looks exactly like Utopia.
Not just level 4 anymore. Level 1 too.
I mean, yeah, but that's like winning the fucking Bake Off for Children competition.
The most important card they got out of it is Heroic Envoy, which basically adds a heroic monster from the deck to hand, which is really good. Like it has no place being this good, especially since they're all warriors. So you have the Roto as well.
Yeah, so you got Knuckle Knife, who's a level 1 Earth Warrior. If you control a heroic, except the level 1, you can summon him, and then he can copy another level or make someone else his level, and only let to attack with Ixies. he's fine. I don't get why you can't control level 1 to summon him, but whatever.
Morningstar is a bit steep to summon because you need 2 monsters on the field like warriors, but
It's a special summon,
he
yeah.
does add the rotor, so you can then search Knuckle Knife and extend.
Yeah. Heroic Champion Claim Soleus is very interesting. He is a rank 4 light Ixies that needs 2 warriors and makes it so that the opponent can't attack other monsters for attacks. You can pay life points, so you have 500 left. At the start of the battle phase this turn, the attack of one face-up monster you control becomes doubled, and when an attack is declared with 2 monsters, you can detach a mat from this card, target an opponent's monster, and have this dude gain the attack. So he's a fat beater that makes you live on the edge.
Is that 500 life point thing a cost? Because if that gets negated, you have 500 life points for no reason.
No, you have it for a reason, because you made a bad fucking decision.
It boggles the mind, like, because you think, oh well, this
Cost, yeah.
Yeah, this surely will like interact with the other heroic. No, they don't. What they really need to do now is errata Rungaminiad, so that you can only summon it with heroic monsters. So they actually have a good monster to play, because your other offerings aren't very good.
Yeah, part of the inherent problem is just that, like, heroic champions barely have an identity as a deck.
Yeah, they're just objectively worse than, like, Onomats.
Utopia.
Yeah.
And then there's heroic champion Jarngan.
Yarn Grieper.
I see Nordics are back.
Oh, yeah.
Jurgen Dinging. He's a rank 1 light Ixies, and the first time each warrior you control will be destroyed, it isn't. You can detach 2 mats from him to revive a level or rank 4 warrior in a graveyard, special summon it, and then have this dude gain attack equal to his attack. And if an attack is declared involving an opponent's monster, you can gain attack equal to half its attack. This is fine for what they want to do, more big numbers, but it feels... I don't know. It feels like less of a compliment and more of a plan B, and Claim Soleus doesn't leave you with much breathing room if you use his OTK enabler.
I am inclined to agree. It's such a strange set of effects. Like, specifically, like, oh yeah, you spent all your life points. Now make this.
Oh wait, I forgot. You don't gain attack equal to half its attack. You gain life points equal to half its attack.
Yeah. So you can just prolong the inevitable, which is your loss.
Just genuinely, these are fine, but why heroics? Like, they're the most boring deck from a series infamous for making boring decks.
Heroics do have some interesting cards. I think Thousand Blades, Assault Halberd,
Yeah,
really good.
Blades.
And Sword Shield. Oh, only protects from battle, which is quite disappointing. But I don't know why they'd need to protect from battle if they're all about making their attack really big.
Don't worry about it.
They're a little confused, and they suffer from Zexal.
Be a little confused, but it's heart in the right place.
We trained him wrong as a joke.
I'm gonna let you handle Symphonics, because you...
Symphonics! Oh god, Symphonics! Oh baby, this is probably one of the most psychotic waves of support ever created. Like, if I was to tell you, like, last year that Symphonic Warrior, like the synth, the flip monster, was actually used turn 1 for its flip effect, you'd call me crazy, right?
Yeah.
Not anymore. Like, so Symphonic Warrior DJs is a thing now. It's a Pendulum scale level 4 machine. On scale, you target a face-down Symphonic Warrior, and you can flip it face up. So this will trigger the synth search. But it doesn't end there. Like, after you've activated a Symphonic effect, you can just special summon it from the Pendulum scale. And it doesn't end there. When you activate when this thing's special summoned, you can special summon a Symphonic Warrior from your deck. And if you control the field spell, you can summon it face up, but the effect is negated. But that is not a problem.
This is the most excited I've ever seen
It's
you be about
it's,
a deck.
it's insane. It's absolute insanity.
It really is impressive how they managed to tie together a deck that was pretty janky and like go, hey,
'Cause-
fuck you, have some fun.
Because at the end of the day, originally Symphonic Warriors, you were playing guitar and mics to go minus to get an extra normal summon. But like they're forcing you to play the field spell and use counters. It's insanity, and you're actually activating the flip effect of synths. It's so weird. Like the other warrior, the level 3 tuner guitarist, beg your pardon. He's a self bouncer. So in the pendulum scale, you target a symphonic warrior monster card you control, and you can bounce it from the pendulum scale and whatever you targeted back to your hand. So you can use the scale effects, bounce them both. And then, when in hand, if you control the field spell, he just special summons himself. And then when you summoned him, you can bounce again. And as we all know in Yu-Gi-Oh!, self-bouncing is...
Degenerate.
It's absolutely degenerate. The end board you can create with these fucking things is unreal. Like, I think the only thing is they kind of die to interruption.
I mean, yeah, but it's like, fuck it.
it's-
It's a deck that was barely tied together by like strings.
They've gone. It's so hard combo now, because you can now start cycling through multiple synths to summon multiple copies of the small tuners. So
a deck that really makes you feel like Skrillex.
No, you can go absolutely mental with these things. Finally is dress rehearsal. So these things only got 3 cards, but like it's a surprisingly good 3 cards like for the main deck. So when you so like dress rehearsal like gets counters like the field spell does. If you summon a symphonic, you get the field spell, and you can remove 3 counters to search a symphonic. Brilliant. And then finally is the Pendulum Synchro. This is not so good, and that's not an insult. It's okay, but like what it does is it just grabs both in scale and on field. It grabs monsters from the Pendulum, the extra deck back to your hand, and it has like a on-field pop as well. So it's a bit of a letdown considering the main deck monsters are just so psychotic. But honestly, I think it's brilliant. I'm super hyped for these.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've said this multiple times, but it's just it really is impressive how it's a deck that, since it was kind of like just a stray handful of cards introduced over time, they've really managed to pull things together. It's impressive.
And it also just goes to show that if Konami wanted to, they can create 4 cards and just fix an archetype. Almost at will, like at random.
Yeah, speaking of fixing archetypes, oh god, oh fuck, Predaplants, oh god, oh fuck.
This has also came out of left field, but I think it kind of makes sense given that it is like it's a very Arc V sort of set.
Yeah, no, I am so fucking happy because Predaplants started off as an anime deck, meaning that they have 1 or 2 good cards buried beneath like a pile of trash, and then they got legendary duel support that was fucking garbage, and then they got Verte that they cannot really use, but everyone else uses him as the town bicycle.
Where are you going with this?
The town bicycle?
No, Predaplants.
Oh yeah, so these ones are actually good is my point.
Oh.
They finally got something that's not fucking terrible. Like, I can actually build some half-decent end boards with these things. I can play through a lot of, like, 1 or 2 interruptions with these. They're playable now. You've got, to start off, you got Triantis, who is a level 8 Dark Plant Pendulum, which seems confusing, but it goes somewhere. And it's a scale 8 that allows you to use cards in your pen zones to fusion summon a dark. And its monster effect says that if it's used for a fusion summon and sent to the extra deck or graveyard, you can place counters on the number of monsters on the field up to the monster you currently control. He's alright and helps to solve the field touring problem Pred's had by saying, "Fuck it! Pendulum zones are monsters now!"
That makes sense. I think other Pendulum fusion-y type things got that as well. Performer Pals or Odd Eyes got it. But, you know, it's good to be part of that now.
Yeah, no, it's a really good solution to the field presence problem they had. Then there's Biblisp, who has a stupid name and is level 1, and when sent to the graveyard, he just straight up adds a Predaplant monster from deck. And if a monster with a Predaplant counter, if with a Predator counter is on the field, you can recur him from the graveyard but banish him after. He's very good, and
Combined with a certain other new card and a certain structure that Konami wants you to buy,
he can do some really fun shit.
But buy Albaz if you didn't get the hint.
I didn't, so thanks for telling me. Buffalicula sounds like a fake name and is a pen scale 0 level 1. His Pendulum effect allows you to fusion summon a dark using monsters from hand or field, and his monster effect recurs a different dark pen from your extra deck when he uses fusion material and sent to the graveyard or extra deck. His Pendulum effect is another easy poly for the deck and makes things more searchable. He's good.
Yeah.
He's just another way to get things started.
Pass the booth.
Yeah. Ambulomeliodes proves that nothing can out stupid Predaplant names and is a level 5 fusion monster. Rev up them noodle packets! So when fusioned, he adds a Predaplant monster card from deck, graveyard, or face of extra to the hand, and you can tribute either an opponent's monster with a Predator counter or one monster you control in order to special summon a Predaplant from deck. He's just fucking good.
Yeah, it's nice to have just a low level fusion that they can go into, because I find the only other option was Rafflesia, which is just it's good, but doesn't grab you the fusion things you need now.
Yeah, but he extends plays, he searches stuff, he can act as removal, he flies in off of instant fusion. Very lovely little lad. I'd pet him. He's made of grass.
And now for the main event.
Oh, Starving Venator Predator Fat Ass Dragon. Level 10 Dark Dragon Fusion with 3.6k attack. He's always treated as a Predaplant because they don't want to fuck with that name, and he needs a Dark Fusion monster plus a Fusion monster. If a card or effect is activated, you contribute a monster with a Predator counter to negate that activation, and when this Fusion Summon card is sent to the graveyard by the opponent, you can revive a Darkened graveyard,
including himself.
This is fantastic. Being able to layer of darkness for a negate is fucking great, and he's got a fat body on top of that and recurs. He's a bit difficult to get to, but by fuck am I gonna have some fun.
I see nothing wrong with him. Just like this massive pain in the ass to get rid of that the deck kind of needed. Because once it blew its load, like, Predaplants were done.
Yeah, I think given all the searching and like a fusion something they've got now, they are in a much better spot. It's so nice to see Predaplants actually eating good for once. It really got tiring seeing them suck eggs like a barnyard vacuum.
Apart from like specific engine / pieces.
Yeah, but that's like saying Mecha Phantom Beasts are good because Olion's banned.
That's true though.
Yeah. I think most of the rest of the stuff is some one-offs and a few spare smatterings of archetypal support. But the first thing I want to cover, and this is something I talked about much earlier today, Beyond the Pendulum.
BTP. Yeah,
baby.
Never getting Electromite back.
You know what? I can accept that at this point.
Yeah,
I have Astrograph. I'll live.
Yeah, BTP is pretty good. It fills a void. That's
in Astrograph's heart.
Yeah, the side piece is never as good as the original.
Astrograph, honey, come to dead. My wife is dead.
Cowabunga, dude.
Destroys to search. But yeah, she's a Link 2 that needs 2 monsters, including a Pend, and 1 Link summon. You can play 12,000 life points?
Yeah, 1,200. 12,000 would kill you.
The Dynamorphia's problem.
I'll still fucking do it, though. Watch me.
Yeah, you can play 1,200 to search any Pendulum from deck, and after adding it, you cannot activate monster effects. Your pen scales are negated until you Pendulum summon. It's a little awkward to work with since you do need to actually have a playable hand to make her work, but she's pretty good and serves as a fine replacement for Electromite. It doesn't really fulfill her role since she can't really proc the pop effects of Pend Mags, nor can she get around Ash by adding shit to the face of extra deck, but she's still functional. She does technically pop stuff, but she pops exactly 2 on the field when 2 monsters with different original levels are Pend summoned to her zones, which is fine, but I feel like that's a bit out there to ask of us in like pen bag.
I agree. I think, to me, this feels like the OCG gearing up to just getting rid of Electromite themselves.
Yeah.
But it's like you say, it's a suitable replacement.
Yeah, I think she's fine. She won't fill the role in my heart that Electromite did. She doesn't enjoy smashing stuff on the weekends. She can't read, but it's fine. I'll live.
Cool.
Exorcister's got a new card too.
Oh, they did, didn't they? Rank 8?
Yeah, this is the first Ixies monster that I like think needs 2 Ixies monsters to be made.
Oh, yo! We're on a. To be fair, it's the first one that takes that explicitly states two rank. Because like the Utopic Future cards need
They
two
don't count.
Xyz monsters.
Oh yeah.
But this is the first one with an actual like written rank and declaration of materials.
Yeah. So she can attack twice, detach to banish as a quickie, and in response to whatever your opponent does, you can return an Ixies attached to it to the extra deck, then use this card as material to summon that monster. It fixes some of the problems, but they still need a lot of
the
skill.
Cypher X thing.
Yeah, I mean, I might have been a little harsh on Cypher X, to be fair, but I still don't like him. But
It's too late to make amends. He doesn't forgive you.
it's okay. I'm not forgiving Cyphers. But yeah, she's fine.
Pick up your Exorcisters while they're cheap.
No.
Okay, suit yourself. I will.
No, I was saying no punk dia note.
Ah, you fucker.
Are you saying no or no punk?
I was saying no, punk.
Hey, punk.
Hey, punk. I still can't get on with these things.
They still suck.
They're just so bad. Like, they need to stop giving. Like, I often say like, I've been caught saying like an architect needs more main deck monsters. This is the opposite. These things need less main deck monsters. There's just so much going on here.
They've got a kite and a fish in their extra deck, and they refuse to fix this.
it's true. Like, what do I do with this? They need better spells. More spells that are good, and just another trap and another extra deck monster, please.
Oh,
please.
Here's what I'm thinking. I think they should lean more into the control aspect of it, because they've technically got like a core for it with the Trap Searcher. If you can give me like a field spell that can search any card, so you can get up 2 disruptions, that wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, this is like one of the few times I'd ever say like, give them a floodgate.
Don't do that. Please don't.
Because at the end of the day, they're still going to lose.
Might as well make losing more difficult.
Yeah, you know, might as well just like make your opponent hate playing against you. It's.
I may be anemic and have no bones, but I'm gonna cover myself in broken glass, so you have to get hurt punching me.
It's the perfect trade-off. It's completely foolproof.
Oh no, he wore boots. He's immune. And then the last one of the 3 fucking Grand Creator's mistakes is Illegal Knight. This deck should be illegal.
It very will be very much soon.
Good. God, I hate Brave Token so fucking much.
It's Adventurer token now. Thank you very much.
That wasn't very brave of them.
This thing just,
He's a level 7 Dark Fiend during the main phase.
He just special summons himself, I think, and then you can target 2 cards your opponent controls. Give this. Oh, so it steals 2 cards your opponent controls, and then gives your opponent him.
Yeah, it's not the same as Griffin Rider, but I still hate Brave Tokens to such an insane degree, because not only do you have a deck that is based on one of the worst concepts plaguing anime, but it's also bad pure, and it's fucking an obnoxious engine in every other deck under the sun.
Yeah, it has no right being like as splashable as it is, and
It has no right existing.
and I think this is going to be it now until like what, halfway through the year before they start, because they're gonna want to get value out of grand creators. People are spending a lot of money on this Brave token package. They are not going to hit this for quite some time.
I think the depressing thing to me about Grand Creators is that, like, I don't want to build the other two decks either, so it's not like I benefit from this deck being insanely good.
I think Exorcista has a little bit of potential.
Maybe, but I'm just not too into their aesthetic. It's girls. and that's the
Ghostbusters.
aesthetic. Girl busters.
Ghostbusters. Gonna bust a girl.
Wait, no.
I do not condone violence.
I do, just not against women.
But yeah.
Yeah, before I close off talking about the Brave token shit, I just want to let you know I misspelled Brave twice, 2 different ways in the same sentence in my notes.
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's okay. I can't read.
It's okay, neither can I apparently. Battleguard 0.
I kind of like this. I swear I spoke about like Feast of the Wild level 5 in our last thing.
Knowing you probably did.
So, you know, being able to add Feast of the Wild level 5, Konami listening to us, to me.
They shouldn't have done that.
No, you shouldn't do that. That's terrible. But no, like,
But yeah,
because what you can do is you can just you can summon him, search the Feast of the Wild, and then you can link him off for like Almirage or Link Rebo. So isn't it?
No, tribute him to summon a level 8 warrior, you baby. Summon the Battleguard General.
But you Balgard King. Yeah, no, he's not good.
Summon him.
No, I want to play the level 5 warrior things.
Play where the level 5 wild things are.
That card doesn't exist. None of this exists. No,
Yu-Gi-Oh isn't real.
in a real sense, like being able to search like probably one of the most interesting cards in the game. So it's a bit of a reach, but you know, one of the more interesting cards in the game in the form of Feast of the Wild level 5. I was specifically complaining at the time that that deck needed ways to start its plays, so it's nice just to see it being searchable.
I like that he's got 50 attack.
Yeah, no, he broke new ground. Never seen before.
The weather forecast is fucking nutty.
No, I don't want to talk about this card. All that time making this to me screams that
That's it. It screams.
it screams into the void, and the void is telling me, dude, what the fuck, it's 3 a.m.
Oh,
It's not 3 a.m. That's not actually 3 a.m. But you
I'm bad at time zones.
this to me feels like that the support that these polls were made for already exists and was in the pipeline, and they were just deciding where to dish it out. And I may be a little like late to the party on that discovery, but you know.
Well, here's the thing. The funny thing about that is that means that Inzektor's actually lost out on getting anything else because of how much everyone else.
Oh no,
has gotten.
I think the Inzektor one is genuinely like built from the ground up. But the other cards got
What about other cards?
I think they got drafted as soon as that thing ended.
Yeah,
Because
are we gonna need another Valkyrie?
probably.
Valkyrie cheater. Once per turn, place this card in your monster zone. Don't tell the opponent. Shh.
Fuck. But yeah,
Yeah,
no, this card does everything. You don't even need to read it. Just play it and let your opponent guess what it does. Just scream no at your opponent every time they try and touch it.
This reminds me of that one Madolce continuous spell they got semi recently within the past year or two.
Yeah, it's way worse than that. Like,
I'd say it's pretty good. They both do similar things. They fetch back row. They give you an additional normal summon. This one also lets you use the back row for a link summon, which is funny as hell.
yeah, I can hear the dick slapping sounds from like several continents away.
Someone's coming to fuck the Weather Painter Night Rainbow.
Yeah, they also got a link monster which feels super backhanded in the face of the Inzektor support, because like surely they could have just made an Inzektor monster as well to like ease the suspicion that this wasn't like some kind of weird conspiracy thing, because now I think there's a weird conspiracy thing. I'm not going to talk about these cards, by the way.
Yeah, well, well, I'll talk about both aspects of it, because I do actually like talking about the kind of the results of the card creator poll.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I think if what you're saying is true, then that's a good thing, because this means I'm getting Dynamist and Galaxy support and Lightsworn support regardless.
I guess, but like it came not exactly at the suffering of Inzektors, because Zek Strike is still a good card, but
yeah, I mean, here's the thing I'm thinking of about that though. It is possible that they're gonna get more than just that one card, and that's kind of like the appetizer that you'll subsist on for the next 2 years until they release it. But I do think it is totally possible that like it's either some big coincidence or it's a thing where it's just like Inzektors are gonna get things anyways.
I hope you're right.
Yeah, because they're neat bug boys. I enjoy me a good loop deck, even though I don't fully understand them. But yeah, Night Rainbow's Link 3 is a Dark Link 3 that needs 3 of the weathers. We still don't have the red Weather Painter, and when Link summons, special summons a banished weather. A weather she points to gain a quick effect to banish themselves to targeting banish an opponent's monster until next standby phase, so that is respectively pretty nutty. And if this Link summon card is destroyed, you just special summon the Rainbow. It gives you the actual disruption. Yeah.
The fact that you had to say, like, we don't have the red Weather Painter means that it'll never be enough for you people.
I don't play weathers. I just think it's funny.
I know, I'm just triggered. I'm not mad, you're mad.
I'm seeing red! Weather Painter!
I'm not, because he doesn't exist. Eat shit.
Well, they play weathers, so they're used to that. There's also Psychic End Punisher, who's a level 11 light synchro that looks like a fucking champion. And while your life points are less than or equal to your opponent's, this single card is immune to their activated effects. This is like Chicken Game, but like not as stupid. You can pay 1,000 life points to target a monster you control and a card your opponent controls. Banish both, and at the start of the banish battle phase, you can make this card gain attack equal to the life points difference. This card's funny as fuck.
Yeah, and it's a level 11 Psychic synchro, so
Synchro.
Yeah, there's your punk boss monster. You fucking idiots.
No, you ruined it for me.
Well, someone had to do it.
I mean, you are actually right, technically thinking.
Yeah, this thing just like completely blows out.
Fuck the dragon.
Like,
Dragon. Fuck the dragon.
do not fuck that dragon.
Then there's this one I want to talk about just because it's exceptionally stupid and bad. It makes me mad. Divine Dragon Titanomachia.
Oh yeah, this thing.
It's a level 10 light dragon with no special summon condition, but protects itself from battle if it was specialed. It needs you to banish 3 copies of itself, including one on the field, to destroy all cards your opponent controls, and during the end phase you can mill cards equal to the number of dragons you control. You know, it might have been fun to see Divine Dragons, this goofy little occasional set of cards, become playable. But no, they chose to make a Divine Dragon on the level of something from 2007.
This thing's just so stupid. It's so bad. Like, to its credit, it's not that they've not thought about it. You can search it with Melody, but it's so hard to summon, and it's dumb and it's stupid.
Yeah, I hate it. But Reggie, you can Dragon Shrine it and then Pisty. You might as well Pisty away your chances of winning in the window.
Yeah, because a whole board wipe
You
is
also
just not.
you also need to get the other two into graveyard somehow.
Yeah. I can't think of a way that doesn't involve just degenerate shenanigans, and it's all that for a board wipe, and not even a quick effect board wipe.
I miss Divine Dragons. They were just kind of like a. I don't know. I've always had a soft spot for Excellion, even though he's bad.
That's understandable.
Yeah, it's. Yeah. Dinomorphias make me mad.
They continue to increase your rage.
Rexsturm is a fusion that needs a Dinomorphia and a Dinomorphia fusion. And acts as a floodgate for any monster with attack greater than or equal to your life points. You can, as a quickie, pay half your life points to make the attack of all monsters your opponent controls equal to your life points, and if he's destroyed, you can summon a level 6 or lower Dinomorphia from your graveyard. This card is fucking degenerate, bottom line.
Yeah, but the artwork's really cool.
It was cool, though.
Yeah, no, seriously, this thing looks fucking awesome. I can't get over how
It does.
like between
it's like Dynamis
between
never
like
left us.
Stealthbesia and Rexstrom, like the main like the humanoid monsters, like get that shit out of my face. Dinosaurs,
Yeah, I agree.
hell fucking yeah.
These are just Power Rangers Zords, and I respect that. And now here's the card that really makes my piss boil. Dinomorphia Frenzy. It is another trap that during the opponent's main phase, you can pay half your life points to fusion a Dinomorphia from your extra deck using a monster from your deck and one from your extra deck, and it has the effect damage protection effect. I hate this fucking card.
So it's a,
Being able to shit out a floodgate for free is absolutely fucking degenerate and proves they had no way to properly design this shit.
yeah, it's one of those things that like, why would you do that?
I just genuinely hate this series of support for this, because it's them throwing their hands up in the air and admitting, okay, this deck sucks dick, let's make it fucking.
But
I just really hate this trend of making floodgates on bad decks.
I am inclined to agree. But on the on the uptick, you can just de-barrier this thing, and and they lose.
Well, here's the thing though. How are you gonna stop this card from going off? They go first, they activate this, you now cannot play.
Just de-barrier it, bro. Just de-barrier it.
Alright, cool, thanks. You've been very helpful.
No, there are ways to out this. Once again, it's one of those cards that forces you to use spells and traps to get rid of monsters.
Like, so here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this. So this is gonna be a stupid example because I'm thinking of this from a non-meta example, but this is a non-meta deck, so fuck it. Let's say his life points are fucking. Yeah, you basically can't use anything with like more than 2,000 attack. But yeah, let's say you. I guess you have a little bit of wiggle room, but it still just makes me mad. I don't know. I just really hate this kind of card design.
You can out it with things like continuous effects, and there are cards that will that lower attack, like, because if you really want to be super specific, you could just Exiled Force this thing. Yeah, we'll go that old ass card tribute to destroy it.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
Because
don't run Exiled Force, but
at the end of the day, like, it only stops activated effects.
yeah, but I mean, the problem that we also need to take into consideration is that this is not going to be the only thing they have. Don't forget they've got like a clusterfuck of back row that they love using.
Yeah, well, it's about pushing how far your opponent is willing to go.
Yeah, it's just like, so. This is a one. You only need one card to make this card work. Like,
You could. I've just thought about this, and don't do this, by the way. You could play Heroic Gift. Go back to the heroics. Restore their life points back to 8k and make them draw 2 cards, and then wonder why no one likes you.
Oh, what the fuck was it?
Heroic Gift. Heroic Gift. If your opponent's
I'm looking this up.
yeah, no, look. You could.
Then fucking do it.
You know what? Fuck you. Undrained your skill. Yeah, don't do that. It'd be funny. Like if you do it, write me some mail.
Wait. Okay, hold on. Imagine this. They activate Rexsturm. You chain Heroic Gift. You now have a field of 8k monsters.
Oh. Oh. This is
Cracks Knuckle.
This is it. Because like at the end of the day, like your opponent has to either like ash this or something. Like
yeah, it's
you if you go first, you basically win the duel.
yeah. It's...
But they can block battle damage, but it's too late. You've already run it over.
I just like the concept of like a field of 8k Milfies.
Playtime's over, motherfucker.
It never began.
Oh, you love to see
Yeah,
it.
it's like Frenzy. Your only real option to stop that is Ash Blossom, which is all right, but it's such a stupid fucking degenerate card, and that's assuming that they don't have other backer like Solemn Strike set to like fuck that shit up.
Which they will, because you know pay life points, win prizes.
Yeah, the prize is everyone at locals fucking hates you. I've talked about this too much. I apologize.
It's okay.
Uh-huh.
We're having fun doing it, so.
Light Law Medium is a 20-year-old video game exclusive card.
It is.
It's a level 2 light fairy, so you know what that. Wait a second.
oh. So, it forces your opponent's monsters to attack it. And then you can negate the attack and inflict damage equal to the damage.
Okay, cool. Go back to 1999. Pion the Sylvan Dancer proves that women are a curious bunch. They're a lot like grapes.
Shut up. Don't take that any further. That can't end well. What does it do?
That's a Home Movies quote. Don't
Okay.
worry. Yeah, she's a Link 2 plant, and when Link summoned, you can excavate 3 cards and special summon up to 2 excavated plants and mill the others. You can target a plant in your graveyard and make the monster she points to that level.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I smell
Grapes.
the grapes of wrath.
No, just grapes.
Oh.
Coincidentally, women are a lot like grapes.
I don't like this thing. No, it's just... It supports the Sylvan playstyle, but like, I feel something's off about it. Something about it just doesn't ring. It doesn't.
It's because she's a +2. She's a +2 for plant decks. That's why.
Yeah, and that makes my balls itch.
You get some cream.
No. Don't tell me what to do with my dick.
Okay. Oh god. Yeah. Anyways, I dropped my monster condom for my tyrannical dong. Ancient Warrior's Tyrannical Dong Ying is a level 6 Dark Beast warrior with 2,200 attack, and on summon can add a level 7 or higher Ancient Warrior monsters or an Ancient Warrior back row from deck to hand. While you have a level 7 or higher Ancient Warrior monsters, the opponent must pay 400 for each effect, and if a monster is sent to the opponent's graveyard, you can target banish a card in their graveyard and then draw one. He's okay.
Yeah, I don't know what these things do. Like I've seen Ancient Warriors, and it's a lot of
And I will play
it's
them.
a lot of words though. You know, a lot of.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's a deck that doesn't have a consistent ability amongst its monsters, so you kind of have to like play Jigsaw, except all the pieces are squares and you're stupid for trying.
Yeah, I can believe that. No, I've heard the Link 2 is good. I've seen it played in, what, Tri-Brigade?
Probably, I don't know. This dude seems okay. I just don't know how the fuck to get him out, and he seems kind of situational and weak, and I guess probably based on like controlling the other high-level dark guy. I don't know.
There's a continuous spell too, right?
Yeah, Ancient Warrior Saga, Deception and Betrayal is a continuous spell that lets you special an Ancient Warrior from hand, taking damage equal to its level times 100. You can send it to the graveyard, target an Ancient Warrior on field, change its attribute, and if you target an Ancient Warrior monster your opponent controls, take control of it. Dude, this just seems bad. It doesn't plus, and it's just there for a weird thing with the guy who, like, cucks you to go to the opponent's field.
It's about betrayal.
It's about family.
Yeah, romance.
Ancient Warriors Skywalker Saga. Now it's time for this next one is the sword soul of this set. This is the point where people start paying attention.
Yeah.
The Rions.
Varions. They're Varions good. Like almost too good, I would say.
Yeah, there's one card here in particular that kind of like rustles my jimmies.
Go on then.
Let's talk about him first.
King Regulus.
Yep.
Oh baby.
He's a level 8 Earth machine, so we know where this is going.
In my machine deck. Into every machine deck.
God, I hate this fucking Brave token trend. When your opponent activates a card or effect, you can send a Therion's monster card from hand or field to the graveyard to negate that effect. And all the Therion monsters share an effect to target a Therion's monster or a monster of the same type as them in the graveyard, special summon themselves, and then equip that target to them. And they also all share the ability to give a Therion's equipped with them 700 attack, and they're a unique effect. So, yeah, this guy is a generic Omni Negate for any machine deck. What the actual fuck? I genuinely hate this kind of card because it shuts off a lot of counterplay. It turns every deck into negate soup, and it's machines did not need more jerking
It's
off.
certainly troubling. Like, where does it end? That's the real question.
I don't like this kind of card design. It's a good card objectively, but I don't like this
it's absolutely,
kind of card
absolutely.
design.
And this is one of the many reasons. Like the fact that they all inherit the equipped effects also like lends to the fact that these things are just complete nuts.
Yeah. There's Bullseye, who's a level 7 Fire Warrior.
Get them ignites ready, boys.
And his unique effect is to target a Therion's card and a card your opponent controls and destroy them. This is fine in terms of the generic ones, since he can provide certain warrior decks a way around floodgates, and he's Fire Warrior. And guess who starts with I and his Fire Warrior?
iRobot.
What?
I don't know. I missed the question. Fire Warrior begins with I.
Yeah.
Oh God. Why did they make Fire Warrior so forgettable?
That's what the F is for.
I don't fucking know. Phoenix. Infernoble Knights.
Ignites, baby.
Fucking
for nobles. Therion's Leaper Fam-Lam SMH TBH is a level 7 Water Aqua, and during the opponent's turn can target a Therion in the back row and a card the opponent controls and bounce them both. Pretty good in a pure Therion's deck, but it seems to be the worst in terms of generic. Aqua decks don't really exist outside of maybe Mermails, technically, so this won't get you very far generically, but in pure it's a very good disruption.
I agree. I think this thing's gonna be a massive pain in the ass in the pure version, but outside of that, you won't see much of it.
Yeah. And then there's the designated bad card, Therion's Duke Jewel, who is a level 8 Light Psychic, so ready up them trade-ins, and while you control an equipped card, Therion's monsters you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. He's fine, but doesn't provide the same utility others do, and isn't generically good either.
Yeah. Shame.
Yeah, and then there is the last good one, Therion's Lilia Borea is a level 8 wind plant, and she looks like a Mega Man ZX boss, and she can send a card from hand or field to the graveyard to add a Therion's back row.
Hopefully the back row balances out how good these main deck monsters are. Oh no.
Yeah, this deck and King Regulus both give they give machine and plant decks a generic negate, which is just all right. These are gonna be like secret rares and the most expensive things in the set anyway, so I'm not gonna concern myself with them.
Yeah, I think this is for the best because it's just moving quickly on to like their spell, the a gyro system.
Yeah, this one's interesting because a lot of the cards in the deck kind of focus around it.
So it's
got a rad name.
It sends Ethereons from deck to graveyard, and if it's in your graveyard, you can target Ethereon's card in your graveyard, add it to your hand, and then put it on the. This is just invocation.
You finally figured it out.
Al Invoker, he's back.
Al the Stroker, he's here.
He's back in Therion's form.
And about time too.
This upsets me on so many levels. Like, this is the kind of thing that will give the deck staying power. Because it doesn't matter if you now limit the Regulus or the Lily. Because this thing will just put them straight back. Even, dare say, limiting this. No matter what you limit, the fact that it just recycles itself. It's grind game that like a lot of decks just would dream to have.
Yeah, they're just like, this is the deck that they decided, okay, this one's good.
Yeah, as they tend to do.
Then there's Therion Ring, which is the Therion's Ring, the Colosseum Saucer, which is a field spell that searches. We could end it there, but there's more technically. If a monster you control would be battle killed, you can mill a Therion's card or Perpetual Engine Argeo system for deck. And once per turn, if the monsters destroy balance into the graveyard, you can recur a Therion's from your graveyard. It's good, other effects don't matter, it searches.
Yep, that's all you gotta say, really. And then charge. It sends the Ajara system from deck to graveyard. Oh no, sorry, it sends Ajara from hand to graveyard with another Therion's to draw 2. It's a bit of a brick, but
no, charge doesn't need our gyro system.
Yeah, it does. It sends one our gyro system or one Therion's. Oh, it only sends one. I thought it sent both.
No.
Okay, so this thing's fucked. Yeah, play 3.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking good because it immediately gets things into the graveyard, cycles into your deck deeper. Even if it gets negged, you can then you've still got a Therion's in graveyard to make your plays. So yeah. Therion's Cross shows Sargas getting fucking decked one in the jaw and is a normal trap that when the opponent's monster activates an effect, while you've got a Therion's monster, you can negate or banish it, or do both if the mill spell is in your graveyard. God damn, this deck is fucking cracked.
It really is, and seeing Captain Sargas get punched like that really like nails home what it feels like to be a Springans player.
Yeah. To be fair, he's getting a good blow in. Our boy's there. He's decking this motherfucker in the jaw. I
gotta give credit where credit's due. The artwork for all these cards is just it's staggering. It's really good.
It's so good. I love this. Is Therion's Cross is legitimately one of my favorite artworks of the year.
I think stand-up's just as good.
What was stand-up? Yeah, stand-up's awesome.
Stand-up's really good. It's a revival spell and it equips.
Yeah. It's only one of these cards is bad.
That's kind of upsetting, but you know, I'm glad for once they've made a deck that isn't like just peppered with like the occasional bad cards. It's just one, and he's not even that bad. I'd still play one.
Yeah, no, I like this deck. The way it plays seems fun. I'm just annoyed that I can't afford it.
It's like you're already mad. there's no way around it.
It's
have to just accept.
It's like when you eat like a good burger, but it's like $15. It's like, I want to be mad, but I just had a good meal.
This burger was so good.
$15 good. It's like
Are
justified, but you're still
you trying to
mad.
tell me Therions are like the Five Guys of Yu-Gi-Oh?
Well, it does sit in my stomach when I eat it, so yes.
Five Guys equipped and...
Oh shit, there's 5 Therions!
It's all coming together. We'll account for the sponsorship in the future.
They got a bowl for meat. They got... I'm not going to
Yu-Gi-Oh! X
whatever.
Five Guys coming soon. I want Five Guys.
Then there's Flip Jar.
Oh, this thing's hilarious. Like, it's not even good, but it's not as good as other jar cards, but it is hilarious. So
Mom found the Flip
Mum
Jar!
found the flip jar. It's flips.
She was bounced out of the house.
Flips everywhere. So yeah, it literally just like flips as many monsters as possible face down, and then just bounces as many spells and traps. But then you reset the spells and traps. So if your opponent activates some kind of floodgate that you can play around, they have to reset it and wait for a whole other turn to access it again.
Yeah.
It's good.
Then there's another card called Cross Exclusion. That's a trap that negates a monster effect in hand, then makes the opponent discard a card of their choice. It just runs Solemn Strike.
Yeah, this tends to be the case when you see a lot of counter traps or like that of anything of that kind of vein. Chances are there is already a better version of it that exists.
Yeah, and then there's Amphibious Bugroth Mark 11. I think we missed like 8 Bugroths in between this and Mark... Like 9 Bugroth... Yeah, no, yeah, 8 Bugroths in between this and Mark 2.
But we do know that they got progressively worse as time went on. This thing...
It's because they got dumped in the middle of the ocean by an orca whale.
This thing is so bad. Normally I'm mad that these things don't appear in the duelist packs that they appear in, but this is put fire with reverb continuously of everything I say because
That'll be the soundtrack. Oh,
just
do you know the 32X version of the Doom E1M1?
oh yeah, where it just sounds like farts.
Yeah, I'll do that.
But yeah, like while Umi is not on the field, it gains 700 attack. So it has
1500.
So it has 1850 and gains. So it's 2550 when Umi is not on the field. When Umi is on the field, it's 2050.
Right, so when Umi isn't on the field, everyone should be asking, where's Umi?
And Umi should have access to a time machine.
Does it not? Have you seen this card?
Apparently so. Like, and then you can target a face-up non-water on the field, destroy it. But there's one problem with all of this, and I'm pretty sure. Is it Kairyushin? It doesn't like play well with Kairyushin because
Does it?
I don't know.
It's so my problem with this guy is most of that he's level 5.
Yeah. So you need that legendary ocean to get it out in the first place.
I mean that is kind of consistent Mako problem, but this is just like
No, I'm thinking of Stealth Kragen.
Yeah, like
So because you will be playing Stealth Kragen in your water deck, won't you?
do you know what a legendary ocean does to levels?
Yeah, you just overlay your Leviathan and your Bugroth. Fuck you, I know what it does. Yeah, you thought I didn't know how levels worked, did you?
I thought you didn't know how deck building worked, and I apparently was proven right.
Shut your mouth. I won't take this slander. But yeah, no, this is embarrassingly bad. Don't play it.
Yeah, just honestly, the Kraken is better than this. Just run the Kraken.
Yeah.
Warrock Medium is the floodgate shit I was ranting about.
Hell
earlier.
yeah. Warrock
I
Medium.
hate this guy.
It's not as good as it looks.
You literally cannot make it active turn 1.
Yeah, that is very true. So it's the world's fairest floodgate, because not only do you both need to control monsters to enable it, you need to control a level 7 or higher Warrock, but neither player can activate effects during main phase 1.
Yeah, well, monster effects.
monster.
But during the main phase, you can lock yourself to warrior special summons, and if you do, set a Warrock back row. I mean, so here's my thing. You let's say going first, you have this. You cannot do anything. Going second, you have this. I negate this. Going third, you have this.
This actually, I'm actually going to disagree, because I've literally just started flicking through the Warrock cards again. You can set generations, so when your opponent summons a monster, you can then special summon a Warrock from your deck.
Does it
Yeah.
do that?
Because it sets any. You don't need to control a Warrock monster. That's only the floodgate condition.
That's during the battle phase, so that's gonna get popped way before that.
Shh. Ignore the fact that Warrock cards are back, and ignore the.
I physically
and
can't.
And ignore the fact that like.
Look, I know we're in the horse stables. Ignore the doo-doo smell.
Just ignore it all. Just don't worry about it. Play Warrocks. Have fun.
Okay, I'll ignore this deck too. Okay. Anyways, Visa equals Staffrost.
I'm reaching the point where like I can't find on the notes where these guys are.
These were the Scarecrows.
Oh, they're stinky.
I was surprised that you didn't like these guys.
I know. I know. I constantly paint myself as like I like janky, terrible decks, man. But I don't like these ones. They don't vibe with me. I don't like Scareclaw right chart. His smug aura mocks me.
Oh, that's the idea. But yeah, starting off with something that is kind of different, and I assume is maybe kicking off either a different lore, or someone's gonna come out of the fucking diamond void holes they keep making in the Albaz lore. Visa's equals Staffrost is a light warrior level 6 tuner, and if he's in your hand, you can target a monster you control with a different type and attribute and destroy it to special summon this guy. When he destroys a monster by battle, he will gain attack. I don't care. Yeah, that self-popping is going to lead to degeneracy somewhere.
And I assume in relation to the actual archetype he's supposed to be bundled in with, they will get a relevant synchro. Perhaps.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
You say that, but Shadal Falco is a tuner.
You had to bring up Shadal Falco, didn't you? You had to. You had to go there. You had to go.
Do you want me to bring up Inferno Decatron instead?
Go back to that dark point in my life.
How about Orcus Brass Bombard?
We could do this all day. It's fine.
I will.
What? How did you know about all these? Like you had these ready. This was an ambush.
Oh, Warrock
A
ambush.
Warrock ambush that only happens during the battle phase.
Was that one of their cards, actually?
I
I should have said Ritual Beast Ambusher. Oh, Heroic Challenger Ambush Soldier. I should have said that. That would have been smart.
Yeah, well, this just goes to show how interesting these Scareclaws are. We really don't want to talk about them.
I will, because I actually kind of like them. But yeah, they're a new beast-based deck, which is fun. And all of them share the effect to summon themselves to the same column or an adjacent column of a Scareclaw. And all the main decks but one are level 3 Earth Beasts. Astra gives Scareclaws in the EMZ zone attacks equal to the number of different named defense position Scareclaws you control, while you control the defense position Scareclaw. Veronia gives the EMZ monsters piercing, and Acro gives them 300 for each of your defense monsters. They don't do a whole lot by themselves, as they don't accrue advantage, but they do have simple summoning conditions. And then there's Reichhardt, who is
level 4
same summon
warrior.
condition, and yeah, he searches a Scareclaw back row, and if 3 or more Scareclaws in defense position are on the field, you can draw 1. This is great and can become a pot of greed.
Yeah,
Nutty.
it's the Engage of our time.
Don't say that.
I like the link though.
eh.
I'm gonna throw it out there. I do like the link.
Yeah. Tricart, which is just a clumsy name. He's a Dark Beast Warrior Link 3, meaning that for once they made a Beast Warrior that's actually a Warrior and a Beast. With 3,000 attack and these 3 effect monsters. All monsters on the field go to the defense position, and he is unactivated by activated effects from Defendos. So once per turn, if he's in the EMZ, you can target level 3 with lower Scareclaw in the graveyard, special summon it, search a Scareclaw from deck, and get locked to Scareclaws. Yeah, this is a fun fucking boss monster with plusing and cool ass protection. Links fuck him in the ass, but whatever, have some goddamn fun.
Yeah, he reminds me of like the Alien Link in terms of like just like floodgating your opponent. It's
Except you can summon this one.
yeah. It also like just goes to show that this is just a complete helmet deck because you have to summon. It lives or dies by Tricart. So you have Tricart, and then you just try and summon as many of like. You want to summon like Astra for the multi attacks, and Veronea for the piercing, and then just go to Pound Town.
Yeah. There's Leaphobia, the wanton and willful world of desire, which is. That is a very complex name for a deck about
that's
dogs.
A mouthful. This is a deck about dog fighting. Can we just highlight that?
Don't say that!
It is!
No!
Actual dog fighting. And like some psychotic man that lives on his own planet and makes dogs fight.
He did this. Get him. Pop him with your effect visas. But yeah, it's a field spell that searches a Scareclaw or a Visas to your hand, lowers your opponent's monsters by 100 for each defense on the field, and if 3 or more Defendos are on the field, you can targeting pop a card. Yeah, good shit. It searches, has a bad debuff, and can clear out anything you find problematic, kind of. Scareclaw Nova is a free monster reborn that summons in defense and can protect your Link monster. Scareclaw Splash is a continuous trap that can revive a Scareclaw, that can let a Scareclaw or a Visas Super Heavy Samurai for a turn using whichever stat is higher, and it can negate a card or effect the opponent activates while a Scareclaw is in the extra monster zone. So that's pretty good. Scareclaw Alternative is a trap with the high cost of tributing 3 Scareclaws, but if you do, your opponent can only special summon monsters in defense position, so no links!
It is funny though. I love the artwork. It's like, I have to go now. My planet needs me.
Yeah, he just kills this guy, takes his dogs, and leaves.
He doesn't even leave. He leaves them on the planet. I have to go now.
I like to imagine the
Starfrost-
dogs are just kind of looking around.
Starfrost died on the way back to his planet.
Good. Starfrost was popped and then went back to his planet.
But yeah,
He got into an altercation with Mech Lord Nucleus Infinity Core.
yeah, but he just like ups and leaves these like mutant dogs on this planet after killing essentially dogfighting Hitler.
I mean, his name is Reichardt, and he goes into like third Reichardt.
This is some deep shit, Konami. What are you trying to tell me?
Dogs are Hitler.
Hitler loved dogs?
Oh God, he did.
I don't like this. Can we move on now?
Yeah, let's move on from the Hitler monsters. Ice Jade Curse is a continuous spell that, while an Ice Jade in their field is up, stops your opponent from activating the effects of monsters summoned that turn. When a monster is destroyed in an Ice Jade battle, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the loser's original attack. This is a good card, but I'm kind of sick of floodgates.
Yeah, we literally just had this discussion about like hating on floodgates for bad decks, and here we are discussing floodgates for bad decks.
Yeah, it's. But anyways, Branded Forfeiture is more by Albaz and can target bounce a fusion you control and a monster from the extra deck your opponent has. And during the end phase, each player can special summon an Albaz fusion from the extra deck. This seems good, but is really easily counterable. Just side in Mirror Jade.
Yeah, well, that'll come free with your Albaz structure deck trademark.
Speaking of Branded Exile.
Branded Exile is
Yeah, it's a
the
revival.
new trap. So it's Despia themed, I guess.
Yeah, it's a revival trap for Destrias or level 8 or higher fusions, then lets you fusion a level 8 or higher by using monsters from either field. This is just good disruption. By Albaz, Aluber keeps getting better.
I love how you say Aluba keeps getting better, and not Albaz himself. Maybe
Yeah.
we're getting to,
Yeah, I
maybe
did
we're
too.
getting to the core of the issue. So there's something consistent among these cards.
You know, the sad thing is that, like, on paper, a super poly on legs was not a horrible idea, but, you know,
They somehow still managed to fuck it up.
I genuinely don't even know what went wrong. Because Albaz is not a bad card on paper. But then you look at him not doing anything, and you just realize he's born to sit there in the corner and eat glue. He's like me.
He's
By me.
relatable. His life sucks and he eats glue.
That's Charlie Kelly of Yu-Gi-Oh. Anyways, last really interesting card. I say really interesting, but it's just a card. Alba Renatus, the Abyssal Dragon, is another Albaz fusion that needs Albaz and
One or more dragon monsters.
and cannot be used as fusion material and needs to either be fusion summoned or special summoned by sending the cards from either player's monster zone to the graveyard. It can make attacks on monsters equal to its materials, and during the end phase it searches a poly or fusion spell if it's in the graveyard that turn. This is a big fuck you to D-Link. Good.
Yeah, D-Link can just suffer for like a. This is pretty good. Extra
Yeah.
deck's getting awful tight though for Albaz.
Yeah, we might. I'm sorry, Albaz. We're gonna have to let you go.
Wait, no.
Hey, why isn't branded fusion working?
You gotta play him. You gotta play him.
Yeah, the same way you have to play Gem Knight Garnet. But yeah, there's some other pack filler with some half decent cards like the Aqua Foolish Burial on legs, a Materiactor card,
That does nothing. Not a lot.
yeah, an Unsearchable Temporary Target Banish 2, a Self Bounce Trap, and one of the weirdest Ixies I've ever seen. Like, there's this Ixies that's like playing musical chairs on
this
the
guy!
game
I
board.
love this guy. He's so cool.
He's really fucking weird. You move him around the board like clockwise or counterclockwise, and he does shit depending on where he lands.
Yeah. So basically, it converts. It does go clockwise. So you roll a dice, and he moves that many spaces around the board. So if he hits the end of your board, he swaps to your opponent's board, and if he crosses a monster. Oh no! If he lands on a monster in that zone, he absorbs that monster as material.
He sits on them, absorbs them into his anus.
It literally anal vores anything, your monsters, and at the end, if it has 6 materials, you win the duel. So basically, it's impossible. It's like your Giro Invader combos, and also it has to like survive to your battle phase.
It's also like, if it lands on the opponent's board, then that means they have it, right?
Sorry?
If it lands on the opponent's board, that means they have it, right?
Yeah. I think just link it away.
So, let's say hypothetically that it lands on my board, I control it now, and it has 6 materials. Do I win the game?
Yeah. Because obviously, the effect goes to the controller.
I wish I could remember. What was this thing called? I can't remember.
Trixodia?
Shut up.
No, what do you mean?
No, I meant the monster. What was the monster called?
Sekitori Musamaru.
That is the least helpful description anyone's ever given me. Hold on.
Literally just put rank 6 in Ado Pro.
I'm doing it right now. Okay, yeah. Yeah, God, that is a very Japanese name. And move this. Yeah, your opponent can just straight up win from your own win condition.
And yeah, that's the thing. Like, there's no way you can roll a dice and have it land back on your field. I think unless you roll a 6 and it's on like the very edge of your zone.
I mean, like, you can get it back to your thing. Like, or keep it on your thing, but I I like the concept of accidentally making your opponent win. Like I appreciate this card for the novelty, if nothing else.
Oh yeah, it starts with 2 materials anyway, and
yeah, it's
you have to make it land on a monster and to absorb materials.
yeah,
It's not a good card. It'll never resolve, but you know.
yeah. Well, I mean, the number of monsters, the number of materials attached this way becomes higher than 6. You win the duel, so it does have to be attached through its own method. So no like janky bullshit.
Oh, it has to become higher than 6. So it has to be
Yeah.
seven materials.
Yeah, it is.
Nah,
This is genuinely one of the funniest cards I've ever seen, though.
transfer.
Why is it a machine monster?
Oh, so transfer. Oh, it also I've noticed. So if you land on an Xyz monster, it takes the materials for that too. this
I like to imagine that you just make this go onto your opponent's Rongo Bongo.
Oh no!
Lose.
Oh no! It goes onto your opponent Zeus. So, yeah, so your opponent makes what 4 material Zeus, and you steal it and lose the game. Yeah, this thing's a riot. Don't play it.
Do play it. I want to see this. Don't buy Albaz. Buy this.
Just buy every copy.
Speaking of Albaz, last few notes about the structure deck, and this is where it gets interesting. So first off, Extrav, Called By, and Ice Dragon's Prison. We're probably not getting those here.
I think we'll get Extrav. That's my hot take.
We might get Called By, I feel. But
Of course we'll get. Of course we'll get
Albaz
Called By the
Fusion.
Grave. Oh yeah, branded fusion, isn't it?
Oh yeah, you're right. I've said buy Albaz so many times, my brain like.
This is your brain on Albaz. But this is just Fusion Destiny. You fusion summon a Albaz Fusion by sending materials from deck to grave.
I think they want Verte dead. I just genuinely think they want a bullet.
They
in the back
they
of
are
that plant's
pushing him as far as they can. Oh, to be fair though,
brain. He's a snake. He can
you
stretch.
can't Verte in the same turn you use this.
No, because he's not activating it.
Oh really? Its effect becomes.
He's activating the. He's copying the effect.
Oh.
Yeah. So like. Yeah. So it's not part of the actual effect that locks.
It's the
The-
condition for resolving.
Yeah, you cannot special summon monster from the extra deck the turn you activate this card, except fusion monsters is a different effect, quote unquote, from fusion summon 1 fusion monster by using the monsters.
Okay, yeah, I see. Yeah, no, fuck that snake. Get rid of it, please.
Yeah, it's
The
I've
time has come for it
had enough,
for it to leave.
and so have I.
Ugh.
But yeah, so this is the card I was talking about earlier with Biblis. So this card is like a 1 card. What's his name? Dragostapelia for Predaplants. So you activate this, send Albaz and Biblis. Biblis searches whatever. Then you make the one that shuffles back into the I think it's Lube Dragon. Yeah, you make Albaz Lube Dragon. He lubricates your graveyard and can shuffle himself and I think Albaz back into the deck to make Dragostapelia.
Cool.
So for very little investment, you have a negate and Predaplants.
Yeah, it adds a lot of value to like decks that wouldn't normally just need blink monsters as well.
Yeah, I look forward to the oncoming fusion domination because this has been a long time coming.
It has, but like Konami also likes to just put their foot down and ban fusion cards.
Yeah, but I am excited to see. Excited / fearful to see the fusion dominance that results from this. But anyways, ghosts from the past are back in town.
Yeah, we spoke about this last time. We still don't know a great deal about it other than a few select imports. Is that correct?
Yeah, and a few ghost rares. So Imports so far include these things have been over in the OCG forever, and they're finally coming here. Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon, Decode Talker Heat Soul, and Boral End.
Yeah, yeah. I can't really say too much because these, like you say, these things should have been here years ago.
Yeah, no,
apart from Heat Soul, they're pretty much all power crept. But
yeah, because D-Link I think is not going to be around as much, so Boral End won't do much. And Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon is still good for Crystal Beasts, but they are Crystal Beasts. It's also just where the fuck is Elemental Hero Neos Kluger?
yeah, I noticed you've been asking that question a lot recently. He's not even that good. But
No, this would not break the format, but it's like I'm assuming that they're saving him for the next set, Power of the Elements or whatever it's called.
yeah, they want to do it in a set where
By heroes.
by heroes.
I will.
I know many people who will.
And the Ghost Rares so far include Cyber Dragon, Dark Magician Girl, Blue Eyes White Dragon, Red Dragon Archfiend, and Dark Arm Dragon with 4 more to come.
Yeah, you see, also it kind of helps that the Ghost Rares from this one sound like they're not quite as obnoxious as the last one, because the last one, what was it? Firewall Dragon, Blacklisted Soldier, the Link, and
Dark Magician.
Dark Magician.
Yeah,
So, because the Blacklisted Soldier one was like the only one worth getting, and that still doesn't change the fact that Blacklisted Soldier has not had a reprint.
it's weird too because I don't think it's played that often, but it's like $70 fucking.
Yeah, it's a good card. I'd play it in a lot of decks. I know many decks that I'd love to have it in. It's just so inaccessible.
Yeah. But aside from that, I think that's it for that main set, and a lot of the other stuff is mostly, aside from the new kind of, what the hell do they call it? The new deck build pack. A lot of it is just kind of like stray shit that Konami's been releasing in like whatever packs.
Yeah.
Like fucking Battlefield Tragedy, which
tragedy
is
in itself.
continuous spell. Yeah. During the main phase 2, if no monsters battled, you can discard a card to set a Battlefield Tragedy directly from deck. During the end phase, if 2 monsters battle each other this turn player mills 5 cards. This is weird as fuck.
That is also one of the weakest mill spells I've ever heard. Like,
yeah, mill does not work in Yu-Gi-Oh! Plain and simple.
unless it's Bone Tower. Play Bone Tower. It's funny.
Okay, I'm gonna side in my dog Maron.
Oh.
There's Perform Pow Classic Karibo, who is a level 1 scale 8 Dark Fiend that has a pendulum effect that fucking murders him when you attack directly, and his monster effect ends the battle phase if he's destroyed by his pendulum effect. And if you take battle damage while he's in the graveyard, you can put him in your pen zone, and you can discard him to make a card in your pen zone have a scale of 1. He exists.
He's very cute, but he's not
Good.
not good.
Yeah. The next V-Jump promo is a level 8 worm that summons itself by banishing a level 8 from hand to graveyard. And you can also recycle a fusion or ritual level 8 in your graveyard to draw 1, and a synchro or Ixies to gain 1000 attack. It's fine.
Yeah, it will see play in like level 8 sort of strategies. They made a very conscious decision not to make it a dragon.
Good.
Yeah.
Black Mamba is a level 3 Dark Reptile. Can special summon himself from hand. If you control a reptile, and on summon, you can targeting change the battle position of an opponent's monster and mill another reptile. Second effect is situational, but can mill the TCG stake, and the first effect just makes it a damn good extender.
Yeah, I wish it was level 4, because King of the Feral Imps is still pretty good. But
Yeah.
I assume
Feral
this is a manga card.
I think all of these are, yeah. After that, there's Uro Bonus, the Avatar of Malice, who's a level 5 Dark Snake. You can tribute a reptile to summon from hand. This is not worth talking about. It's a debuff card.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah. Then there's this one's interesting though. Lamia.
Oh, yeah.
Straight up
yeah.
Lamia. Yeah, Dark level 4 reptile. On summon, grabs a level 8 reptile, and if she's banished, you can give one reptile you control card effect destruction protection. Yeah, she's neat.
Yeah, I assume this is just to search Evil Dragon Ananta. And then you just banish him.
Yeah, probably
And then you
some-
banish a bunch of things. She gets banished, and your Ananta can stay on the field. Because if he exists on an empty field, he has to destroy himself.
Yeah, he
Or
just like me.
So, you know, I like Evil Dragon. I think it's one of the funnier reptile cards to exist.
Yeah. Realistically, you can just use him as an extender too if you really need to.
You really must banish your entire graveyard.
Yeah. But yeah, she's neat, and you can also search Phenomenon if you want to be cool and not lame.
That's true, but Phenomenon just doesn't do anything in the hand.
Right, but he's cool.
He is cool. I'm taking no further questions on the matter.
Yeah. Yeah, Viper's Grudge is weird. It's a continuous trap that makes non-reptiles you control unable to attack or activate effects, and it special summons a level 4 lower reptile monster from deck when a reptile you control is destroyed a battle or sent to the graveyard, and if this card is destroyed, it returns all banished reptiles into the graveyard. It's interesting, but seems unusable.
I think you're right. I think it's nice to, like, that you can blow them up yourself, or it doesn't, like, any form of them being sent instantly gets you back a level 4 low reptile from the deck. So it's not unusable. It's slow though.
Yeah, that's just kind of my primary problem. It's just it being a trap is what makes it really weird to work with.
It's not the worst reptile card ever made.
The level 5, yeah. Anyways, zombie shit again. Ghost Lancer the Underworld Spearman is a level 5 dark zombie that can be special summoned with a Sidra effect, and can only be destroyed by extract monsters and inflicts piercing. Bad card. I don't like it. Go away.
Yeah, I've noticed like a lot of these level 5, like random level 5s are just terrible. Just really, really bad.
Yeah, it's... I don't know. There's a Ghost Sleeper, the Underworld Sleeping Beauty, is a level 3 zombie dark, and when sent to the graveyard, searches Ghost Fusion! During the main phase, except during the turn it was sent to the graveyard, you can banish her and discard one card to grab a banished level 4 or lower zombie. She seems fun and easy to do stuff with for the new Ghost Fusion stuff.
Yeah, this Ghost Fusion thing to just come out of nowhere. Like I thought this was part of Dimension Force, but this is what, manga support still?
I think so. I think all this is like manga.
Shit. Yeah, because the Ghost Fusion this is all for the that zombie dragon thing, isn't it? Dragon
Yeah.
Necro.
That's a painfully Yu-Gi-Oh statement. Zombie dragon thing.
I mean, you got a choice: zombie dragon thing, robot dragon thing. You know, it's all dragons. It's like, you know how
It's that illusion of choice image I keep seeing.
no, it's more like that thing where every species evolves into a crab. Everything in Yu-Gi-Oh eventually becomes a dragon.
I like to imagine that we hit a point of critical dragon mass in Yu-Gi-Oh where they all start becoming crabs.
I wait for this new crab-based future in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Diamond Crab is finally king.
I am the true king, baby.
He caught us all at a time when the meta was just Towers Turbo.
And now he's back to claim what's rightfully his.
Oh god.
Hellfire Dragon.
I'm going to talk about
Okay,
Ghost
yeah,
Fusion
sure.
first. Yeah. Ghost Fusion is a normal spell that uses zombie monsters you control as fusion material, and if your life points are lower than the opponent's, you can banish a zombie from hand, deck, or graveyard as material as well. It's fine, but the deck needs a way to lower your own life points to make it put in work. It's very searchable though, so I can't fault it there. It just lacks options and a way to get the condition online.
Yeah, it's weird to see a zombie card, and this is like similar to Zombie Reborn. The banishing from deck instead of milling, like from deck. So I think they really want to. You can feel them sort of start to distance themselves from that kind of thing, even though they still kind of encourage it.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the other zombie card that banishes from deck can be used with Shiranui if you're fucking stupid. But yeah, this card is it has some weird restrictions slapped on it because believe it or not, but the zombie fusion pool is not that great.
Funnily enough.
Yeah. The other card they have is Ghost Wyvern, the Underworld Dragon, which is we just talked about this. We just talked about zombie dragons.
Zombie crab.
Who is a level? Do we have one of that?
No crab-based zombies yet in the game. Get on that shit, Konami.
Crab based.
Ooh, crab cringe.
Crab cringe. When summoned, searches Ghost Fusion, and during the end phase, if it was banished, it can either search or mill a level 2 or lower zombie tuner. I like him. He's very simple, but can give you some good grind game and allow you to search some pretty good shit. You can even send him Glow Up Bloom, I think.
Oh, neat. He's a good boy.
Yeah. Numbers Eval.
Oh god, this thing.
Remember Small World? I remember Small World, a card that's overly complicated.
Yeah, like they're making us do
So-
maths now.
Yeah, this is a big one. It's not good, but it's funny as fuck. You take 4 numbers of different ranks while only your opponent has an extra deck monster. And then you add the monsters in their names. You add the numbers in their names to make a number monster whose number equals the numbers in their names and use them as material, but it locks you into numbers while you control it. This card is the best kind of stupid.
It's so bad. Like, I'm pretty sure like they've kind of figured out that the best result is just to make Draglubion. But it's using 4 extra deck monsters to make a 4 material Draglubion, which you will then use to make a 2 material the Hope Harbinger. So you need to dedicate 6 extra deck slots just to summoning Hope Harbinger. Well, when you could just summon Hope Harbinger.
Yeah, but this is
It
funny.
is fun.
I just love how like explosive, unreliable, and fucking convoluted it is. I'm sad that number C1000 cannot physically be made with this.
Yeah, it's a crying shame because there's got to be better ways to make C1000 than doing the numeronious dance.
Yeah, I think. Wait, hold on. I'm trying to think now because 92 plus 98 is 200.
It's not even close. Don't
91.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I think the maximum you can reach with this is 600. So they'd need to introduce like number 400 or whatever to make this function.
Yeah, numbers only go up to like what 107, 115, isn't it?
Oh my God, you're right. actually.
105,
Yeah.
107. Yeah, no, 107. 107
Yeah,
is the
if you-
highest number, I think.
Yeah, if you add 107 and number 93, then you've got 200. 106 and 94, you got 400. Yeah,
Yeah,
fuck
yeah.
you're.
Not even close.
Yeah, I think 100 and like, I think 100 and like 507. I think is the highest you can reach with it, which sucks because that would be so much fucking fun.
But alas,
Summon numeronious.
it is not meant to be.
Yeah. And now the worst kind of stupid, more 7th cards.
Yay! What do they do?
7th around is a trap that when you're over 100 monster battles, you can banish it and any materials attached, and during the end phase summon a rank 3 or lower Ixies monster from the extra deck, except the number, and inflict damage to your opponent equal to its original attack. This is outstandingly bad.
Well, we've got to leave it to Konami to figure that one out themselves.
I hate 7th cards so fucking much.
Me too, buddy. Me too.
7th Arrival is a trap that tributes all your Ixies monsters, and then summons a banished Ixies and attaches banished or dead number Ixies monsters between 101 and 107 equal to the Mon's tributed +1. During the end phase, each player takes 300 damage for each card in their hand.
Bleh.
Gimmicky and bad and slow.
Yeah.
It relies on the other bad 7th card as well, so it's like you have to run 2 bad cards to make this do anything.
I think you're correct. Yeah, no, I wouldn't play it.
Yeah. Also, Ixie's Bento exists.
Yeah, it's just a bad version of the rank 3 digital bug.
That is a powerful statement.
But you can banish it from the graveyard to change the monster's battle position, which does work for digital bugs. So, fuck yeah. I'll...
Run the Karakuri frog, you fucking coward. Wait, no, that doesn't work, does it? Whatever. So shiny box. We have like 3 more, and this is where I start getting upset. We have a Witchcrafter fusion. It's Hane, but more so, and needs a Witchcrafter and a Spellcaster to be made. And when a non-fusion Spellcaster effect or a spell card effect is activated, she can bail draw shit up by popping a card, summoning a level 6 or lower Witchcrafter from a hand or deck, or grabbing a Witchcrafter back row from the graveyard. She is nice and in addition to the end board.
Yeah.
And Witchcrafter Confusion is a polymerization for Witchcrafters that can only summon things that use a Witchcrafter, so it has a grand total of 1 card it can summon, and it recurs like the rest. That's it.
Yeah, these like single fusion cards are just not good. You'd be better off using Magicalized Fusion.
Yeah, the only way they're good is if like the deck inherently pluses off fusion summoning instead. Yeah, this has done nothing to solve any of the intrinsic problems of Witchcrafter aside from slapping another card onto their end board. If you can fucking make it to that in the first place, because you have to.
You can call it an end board.
Yeah, like the problem is it's not even something you slap on in addition, but because this fusion spell is so fucking bad, you still need to like go through all the hoops in order to make fucking the Hane fusion. But you can't have her and Madame Verop, which would be the optimal end board for Witchcrafters, which is a stupid statement, but it's true. And then there's last one they revealed, I think this might be the last one for the set, I'm not certain, is Sky Striker Mobilized Linkage, which is a way to sort of cheat out a Sky Striker ace by sending another card to the graveyard, and you can let it gain attack if you have a light and dark in the graveyard. It exists, and I guess if you don't have the main girl, you can use this, but it doesn't recur like she does, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's just more cards for Sky Striker to put in the grave.
Yeah.
It's very underwhelming, this shiny box. I don't know what inspired them to make this.
Girls.
Ladies.
Lady. Yeah, this is the waifu box, and it really shows with how the quality is.
I mean, it won't be coming our way anyway, right?
No, it won't. I genuinely don't care anyways. There's some neat items that are in there, but it's like nothing I'd pay money for. Like it's just kind of lame, really, and Sky Striker seems to be the only one that got anything useful, but it's even debatable if they give a shit about it. Yeah, the Witchcrafter shit is just bad. The Mayakashi stuff is
obnoxious.
It makes me mad, but the Link 3 is good.
Yeah, hard to believe like Mayakashi got like the better end of the deal out of.
It's infuriating because that trap is just bad design.
Sure is.
God. Now for the History Archive cards. Like anime references. Okay. Soul Energy Max is another one of those trap cards that like helps with the god cards. But it's a trap card that if you have Obelisk, lets you tribute 2 monsters for a nuke of your opponent's monsters, and then deals 4,000 fucking damage. Good lord.
Yeah, this is one of the cooler references. Like,
yeah, and during the main or battle phase, you can banish it from your graveyard to add Obelisk from deck or graveyard to hand, and immediately normal summon it. This is surprisingly not awful.
It's pretty good. I must admit, I've got no complaints.
Yeah, it's a combined with Foolish Burial Goods, it's an easy way to search and summon an Obelisk, which is just what the deck needed. First Effect is kind of gimmicky, but it's also really funny, so, you know.
Play Obelisk.
I don't think I will.
Oh, he's good though. He's, you know, apart from the fact he's not good.
He's also the only one out of the 3 guide cards that doesn't have like a dedicated engine yet.
That's true. But I find you can play the Poker Knight stuff with any.
Yeah, but Thunder Speed Summon is what facilitates Cypher.
Yeah, I guess. But you can toss Soul Energy Max for the one that summons all the Poker Knights out, and then get Obelisk and normal summon him.
I guess.
So
Yeah.
it's not dead. It's, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess technically speaking, this is a 2-card combo to get out Obelisk. If you have Raw's Disciple and Foolish Burial Goods, you can just get them out pretty easy. But then you're just kind of like
You're
sitting
playing
on
Ra's
him.
Disciple.
I mean, to be fair to Raw's Disciple, he fulfills what the deck needs, and given that you've got ways to like search the monsters now, it's not the worst thing in the world.
Okay. Just keeping an eye on you, just to make sure you're okay.
I'm not. Evolution Result Burst is a normal spell that locks you into only special summoning with spells. Okay. And searches Overload Fusion, and the maximum attacks per battle phase for any monster you fusion summon with 6 or more mats is equal to the number of mats used for its summon. This is kind of cute, but Power Bond is already searchable and is better. The Cyberdark engine seems to achieve what this
I
does,
was
but
gonna
better.
say it's a
isn't
lot
there-
of words to do something that already exists.
Yeah, isn't there already a Sidra that like attacks equal to its material?
Yeah, it's the
anyhow?
one on the picture.
Yeah.
It's
this-
the exact monster they're using. But I suppose you can now use it with any Cyber Dragon monster. So cool.
Or I guess any Dark Machine, which I guess is kind of cute. But like, I feel like most Dark Machines that you'd be summoning with Overload Fusion, anyways, are like, you know,
This monster.
they have that built in, like Chaos Ancient Gear Max,
Oh,
whatever.
hell yeah, it actually sounds pretty cool. Because I find Chaos Ancient Gear Giant can't attack. It can only attack monsters, so this thing lets it attack multiple times. Oh, also,
I guess, but,
it's
like-
4 materials, so it doesn't count.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Wait, what can you summon with this actually?
Good question. In fact, I'll just put or
Let me-
more machine. Or more, and then click Fusion.
It's a Dark Machine. It can only.
Dark machine. Nothing.
So it has to have 6 or more materials. So let's see. Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon.
The Fortress Dragons.
Well, you can't summon Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon by fusion spells.
Well, we're slowly running out of cards.
It can't even summon Cyber Darkness Dragon. God damn it.
This is it's pretty tragic.
This summons exactly 2 things: Chimera Tech Over Dragon and Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon. And one of those does not need this. It already attacks. Like, equal to the number of mats it used.
God damn, what a mess. Well, good thing
Yeah.
Cyber Dragons don't need it.
Yeah, it's just kind of disappointing, I think. The Great Soul is an RDA trap that, if a Dragon Synchro is on the field, summons up to 2 Resonators and or level 1 dragons from your deck and in the graveyard. When a monster effect is activated, one of these cards in the graveyard, when a monster effect is activated while you control level 10 or higher Dark Dragon Synchro, you can banish this, negate the effect, then buff a Synchro you control by 2k attack until turn end.
It's fine. I don't know why they're insistent on making like all these Red Dragon Archfiend card like traps.
I just wish this would be fine as a trap if the effects were swapped.
Yeah. I think you're
Yeah.
right.
But yeah, but back to Evolution Result Burst for a second. It's just like, you can technically summon anyone with it, but it's like the only ones that get the benefit are the 6 or more mats one. So it's
still
whatever.
dumb.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen worse cards. If you want to play it, go ahead. It won't hurt you. The Great Soul is an RDA.
Yeah, we've done that.
I just said that. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, being able to Foolish Burial Goods for 2 monsters, like, I really do wish the effects were swapped, because being able to Foolish Burial Goods for 2 monsters on the board while also drawing into it as a free negate would have been nice, but it's not too bad as is.
Yeah, you can't have it all. I find it a bit annoying that they're made traps.
Yeah, it's they're fine when they're disruption. Just the problem is they're all unsearchable.
Yeah, that's the long and short of it.
Yeah. Dragon's King's Myth is a quick play that's a one or the other effect, and it lets you target a dragon you control. Double its attack until turn end, and if your opponent controls a dragon, you can make your monster's effect activations unnegatable.
Cool.
Galaxy Ice Salt. During the main phase, you can banish it from your graveyard to special summon a banished or dead dragon Ixies monster. It's okay, it's unsearchable, so it's not going to be reliable, and I just do not care about it.
Yeah, limit removal cards are funny though, so.
Yeah. I guess you can Foolish Burial. Well, no, it only revives Ixies, so you can't even use it to like extend. It's whatever. Who cares? This is your Galaxy card for the years, folks.
Enjoy it.
The Wonders of Nature is an equip spell that summons a level 4 or lower. This doesn't even equip to something first. It like summons from something to your hand and equips it, and it bounces all dragons at the end.
Sorry, that's something about that I find greatly amusing.
Fuck Zark!
It's just so specific.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, you summon level 4 lower fairy, spellcaster, winged beast, or beast warrior from your hand, and then you bounce the dragons. The funny thing is, it's at the end phase too, so it's like, it's not even immediate. It's like, you're gonna get yours eventually, dipshit.
Soon. But, interestingly enough, if it goes to the graveyard when equipped, it searches Fusion Parasite. A Fusion Parasite is hilarious.
Stop reminding me of Arc
Fusion
5.
Parasite is the original Albaz. Maybe this is like the crab form of Albaz.
He's evolved.
He's hit peak evolution.
He's evolved from. He's fused with too many dragons. He's got too much crab DNA.
Too many crabs.
It's like that Aquatine Hunger Force where he's allergic to shellfish but keeps eating them. But yeah, it's
terrible. Don't play this.
This doesn't. Yeah, any card that special summons, like any spell that's only effect is like to special summon a monster from your hand is stupid, and the Fusion Parasite thing truly is like insulting to these characters.
Oh yeah, because Fusion Parasite doesn't trigger unless it's special summoned.
Well, it's not even that. It's just like this was the thing that like fucking mind wipe fetished all the characters in the anime.
Oh yeah, he did, didn't he?
This is my new Caesar card. Once per turn, drop a rock on opponent.
I think it could work.
It can also technically search a polymerization spell or a fusion spell, but who cares?
Just play something better that searches.
God, more bad cards on the way. Prisoners of Fate is a continuous trap, and once per chain, if a Link 4 is Link summoned, you can place one counter of 3. Yeah, one counter out of 3 to this card. Then apply an effect based on how many counters are on it. 1 lets you declare a card name to negate the effects of it for a turn. 2 lets you special a level 4 or lower monster from your graveyard. And 3 sends it to the graveyard and summons Link 4 from deck. This is probably designed to help Rockets, but it's a trap. So it sucks.
Yeah, you've got to like activate it before, because declaring a card name and negating that effect is actually a pretty cool effect. But
Yeah.
because chances are you'll already have your Link 4 on board before you even activate it, and you've got to summon a Link 4 to actually trigger this. So yeah, it's just there's no value.
Value. And then there's Duel Cower Alcatraz is a field spell referencing to something
5Ds?
probably.
Didn't think he'd go to prison.
I don't fucking know. Hold
Yeah,
on.
no, Yusei went to prison, didn't he? That's how he got that cool tattoo.
I love the way you said that.
He is. He's the
Like, oh yeah, you
he's
say
the
went to
only
prison.
Yu-Gi-Oh protagonist that's gone to prison. He's done time.
He's got a rap. Yeah, at the start of the battle phase, each player can reveal one monster from their deck, except a monster with question mark attack, and if they do, banish those monsters face down. The player that revealed the monster with the highest attack can special summon one monster from their hand, and if they do, it can attack directly. Once per turn during the end phase, you can activate this effect. If this card is still on the field during the end phase of your next turn, destroy all cards on the field. What does this accomplish?
I don't know, but I'm having visions of Yusei making like Prison Sangria in his dual disc. And this is way more interesting than this card.
Hey, new prisoner! Ah, I've put iron chains in the prison line.
Oh no, they're terrible.
The warden will be mad.
Oh god, I'm so mad.
I think the warden was the Iron Chain Man.
He probably was. That sounds about right.
Happy Black History Month, everyone.
Oh god! God. you motherfucker, you dropped me in it. Duel Academy is a field spell and gains effects based on the types of monster on the field.
Yeah, if you activate a trap while you control a warrior, beast, or pyro, it can burn for 1k.
Oh, so
it can target pop a card. It can burn for 1k if you activate a spell and have a Dino, Sea Serpent, or Thunder, and it can buff by 1k attack if you activate a monster effect and have a Machine, Fairy, or Fiend. This is stupid.
You say that, but it's... And I know I don't like to use the word lightly, but this is actually a funny card for Volcanics.
Yeah, I figured you were gonna say that because like
just being able to target a pop on top of like using your Blaze Accelerator, whatever it is.
Reload.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
You know, and
you have this. Well, you have to have a pyro on the field, and they.
I mean,
I guess
you summon Rocket and pass anyway, don't you?
I guess it's. This exists. I guess it might do something for pyros, but that's it.
Play three.
Ready, set, duel is a continuous spell that adds a synchro from deck to hand if you control no other cards. That's all I need to read to say. Yeah, I like this card.
Some good fucking cards. no.
This set is a disaster.
Notice how this one isn't a field spell, though. So you can't search it. Oh no, it has the word synchron in. Can something search this?
No, it's ready, set, duel.
No, it has the synchron text in it. Does anything search anything with synchron in it? Or am I thinking Stardust?
You might be thinking Stardust, yeah.
But signal counters are slowly creeping in.
Yeah, here they are. If you can, and during your standby phase, you can place a signal counter on this card. You can remove 2 signal counters from your field and send this face-up card to the graveyard. Draw 2 cards, then send 1 card. This is just Shard of Greed.
Yes.
So here's what you do. You activate the first effect to add a synchro monster from deck to hand, and you don't care about the rest.
Summon Signal Warrior. Do it. I want to see.
No,
I want to see Signal Warrior resolve like once.
Well, you're not gonna. But yeah, this card seems decent, but it's the deck needs more extenders instead of more searchers.
Yeah, it's very. It seems like it will like clog up quite.
Yeah, it's far from the worst card in this set. Probably one of the best actually, but yeah. Overlay Network is a continuous spell that can act as a monster reborn or special from hand for a monster that has that level on the field. Then you can use it to add a material on an Ixies to your hand. It also Ixies locks. It's fine, but it's probably not needed in a lot of decks.
Yeah, if it weren't for the lock, I disagree. But because of the lock, yeah, it's too high cost.
Yeah, it just targets a level. A monster you control that has a level, but it does require either setup or it's like a 3-card fucking combo, so you know. Battle Royal mode, joining, is a continuous spell that targets an effect monster, gives it 2 battle destruction immunities per turn, and once destroyed, the person who killed it gains 2k life points. If the turn player's opponent takes battle or effect damage, they can special level 4 or lower monster from a hand or deck and lose 2k life points. This is fucking bad.
Yeah. I mean, it's got Chaos Ancient Gear Giant on the front, so... Yeah, it does.
Oh, fuck it. Oh, yeah, that's just This isn't Battle Royale mode. This is genocide.
And the worst part is, I don't even think that'll work on him because he's unaffected by spells and traps.
He can't even, like, how are you destroying him by battle is my fucking question.
Don't worry about it.
Now the last card seems stupid, but there's a purpose for it. Into the Brains
Oh, God.
is a normal spell that specials a monster from hand and immediately links with it, making the summon spell speed 4 and unnegatable. And if a link is destroyed, you can banish this from graveyard to add a monster with the same original type from graveyard to hand.
I don't like the fact that you have to say Into the Brains.
Is that your only Is that the
I will
only
take
downside?
no further questions.
Okay, so this, I'd normally say that this is bad and stupid because you need to have setup already, but here's the thing. This is actually very good in magical muskets.
Yeah.
Because by using this, you immediately summon the guy, make the link 1, and you get your plussing off and the opponent cannot respond.
Yeah, that's pretty disgusting. I can't deny it is a good card in that sense. But you've really got to draw something that you can summon.
Literally every magical musket equals a link 1.
Yeah, I know. But what if you don't draw a magical musket?
That's just part of the experience, baby.
Can't argue with that. Impeccable logic.
Speaking of impeccable, Zek Tricool.
Cool.
There's a bike with 2 Inzektor tag teamers of Hornet and Dragonfly having a gay old time, just riding off into the sunset. I hope they kiss. It's a normal spell that lets you pitch an Inzektor to equip or special an Inzektor from deck, or equip an Inzektor equip spell from deck to an Inzektor.
Yeah, people were pissing about this for some time now. Like, if you're like that's it. Like, yeah, no, this is fine.
It does everything the deck needs
Yeah,
it to.
this is what you voted for.
You cannot change this! Zek Caliber and Hornet got reprints, which is nice. The TCG side of Grand Creators has every part of the Brave engine being Ultra. Lol. Lamau.
Yeah,
Well, not the Griffin, but it's a one of.
it's tragic, really. Like, it's almost blatant in how it's been done.
Couldn't have happened to a better deck.
It really couldn't have. There's no better way of saying it.
Yeah. And now for the last big thing on the menu, aside from a few more stray like V-Jump cards or whatever stupid shit. Duelist deck build pack Tactical Masters. Pendulums are back.
Well, they never left. Like
Oh, that's right, Sulfur Cord.
We've been through this before. I've not read any of these things, and I have no intention because these don't actually have anything to do with pendulums as a mechanic. They kind of pervert it by just summoning themselves from the pendulum scale.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Like they try to take advantage of like the column mechanic by using the pendulum scale. It's like, oh, okay, these are where you play your monsters and shit. They're interesting. They're not really that interested in pendulum summoning, but they're interesting, and I think they bring out one of the inherent strengths of Pendulum in that the text is separated into 2 boxes, so it's easier to parse.
There's still a lot of words on these cards.
There are, but it's like if I can take this over it being shoved into 1 text box, I will fucking take it.
I guess.
Yeah, these are okay. Shinonome, Priestess of the Valiants, has some bland-ass art.
Lemmafoul, the whole deck does.
And is a water spellcaster like half the deck is. And I mean that in a literal sense, I think. Level 2, Scale 1. Every other main deck monster in the deck is Scale 1, so we're not going to talk about that. And her Pendulum effect is mostly shared between the lower level ones. She can be special summoned to the same column from her Pendulum zone, and she locks you to Valiants, but you can still summon anything you want from the extra deck, which is really interesting, I think. Her monster effect is that while you control her special summon Flat Ass, you can add a Valiant's back row from the deck. And most of the main decks also have an effect that goes off when they move monster zones, and hers is to search a Valiant's monster. She's good. She does require setup to get maximum pot of greediness, but you know.
Yeah, I think that makes sense, right? Yeah.
Probably. Someone's.
Someone's gonna play these.
Yeah. God, I hope. Scion, Archer of the Valiants, is level 4, and his monster effect, if he was special, is to toss a coin. Toss a coin.
Put in a tossing coin sound effect.
If it's heads, if it's heads, it's gonna play fart with reverb instead.
If it's
Yeah, heads negates a targeted monster's effects, and tails halves its attack. And if he moves monster zones, you can target and toss and either destroy or bounce. Why did this have to be a coin cost? I know the whole theming of this is supposed to be, oh, it's a cute little war game, and you take the sides and play monsters from the back row like you're playing monsters in a board game. But we are playing a board game here already. It's called Yu-Gi-Oh! You can put the coin shit away.
board games in my board games.
We need to go another level deeper.
Board games in.
I
So,
want
so between this and like playing fucking musical chairs with a rank 6.
I want there to be a Valiance card that makes you play a micro game like that one Magic the Gathering card.
Elaborate.
There's a Magic the Gathering card that makes you stop the game you're doing and play another game using all the cards that are still left in your deck. And once that game is finished, you go back to the real
Oh
game.
wait, a separate game of Magic?
Yeah.
That's absurd. That's absurd. I was thinking like, well, maybe it's like that Gear trap that makes you play rock paper scissors.
No, you play a full second game of Magic, and then you go back to the main game. I think it's banned in some of their legacy formats.
You know, that
actually.
wouldn't surprise me. That is the fiber jar of of Magic the Gathering cards.
This is worse though, because like you still have to waste all that time.
Oh God, yeah, no, right. I think I'll take Valiants. Ninja.
Yeah, Nazuki Ninja of the Valiants is level 6, and the higher level main decks have a Pendulum effect that lets you non-restrictive special summon if you have their respective Valiant's field spell in the field zone. So the water spellcaster ones is Valiant's World Shinra Bancho, or have a water Valiance. His monster effect is to move a monster to an adjacent monster zone, and if he's moved, you can special summon a Valiance monster from your back row to its same column. This will come in handy later. This has a purpose, I swear. Hojo is...
He's fuck.
I don't even know what joke I can make about that name. His name is fucking Hojo. Warrior of the Valiants is level 8, has a Ninja Pens effect, and his monster effect can bounce a face-up back row, and his move effect lets you fusion summon a Valiant, but can also use the Pendulum Zones. He achieves something, and he technically has a purpose. Like I said, some of the Pen Zone placement shit might sound weird, but it has a purpose. Alright, now remember those water spellcasters?
Forget all about them. We're doing fire machines now.
We're Springans now. We Springans. Valiant's Buster Baron is a level 2 fire machine and has the lower level Pen effect. And if special, once per turn, he can move a Valiance, and if he moved, he can move a Pen card to the back row zone. This is going somewhere, I swear. Valiant's Voltage Viscount, get a Viscount on turn
Viscount.
today, has the monster...
Viscount.
What?
It's
Viscount.
Viscount. That's how you say it.
No. Viscount.
I will kill you.
I was going to say something like, I'm ending the podcast, but that went
That
off.
also works. We'll just cut it off here.
Yeah, so he has the monster effect. If he's a special summon boy, you can place a face-up extra deck Valiant in your back row as a continuous spell, and his move lets you put one in your Pen Zone instead. Valiant's Valiant's Mad Marquis is level 6, can special summon himself as Valiant's Herald Konigvissen, or if you control Fire Valiant, and his monster effect allows him to roll a die because God has abandoned us, and you excavate cards and added excavated Valiants to your hand. His move effect allows him to roll a die, and if it's not a 1 or 6, you can special a monster from your back row. I said this already, but I get these are based on TTRPGs, but you don't need to staple dice
I
onto
think
them.
that dice roll excavate to search is actually pretty okay.
Yeah, I think it's fine because most of your deck will probably be Valiants anyways. But it is definitely like a why kind of deal.
Yeah,
you know?
no, I understand.
Yeah. Valiant's Dominator Duke is level 8. His monster effect allows you to target and prevent a setback from being activated this turn. One move, you can target and steal an opponent's monster, but it can't attack or activate its effects, and it becomes a Valiant. It's fine as a one-of, and the steal will help when fusion summoning, but its back row prevention seems very too little too late. Valiant's Assemble Mamonaka is a level 10 fusion, scale 10, with the Pendulum effect to summon to the main monster zone or move a monster in your zones. It's barely a fusion and more so 3 dudes standing there, and it can, as a quick effect, target and place an opponent's monster in the back row in the same column, and if there's a monster already there, destroy it and burn them for its attack. And if this special summon card is destroyed by an opponent's effect, put it in your pen zone. This is really fucking cool, actually. It recurs almost forever, has really neat disruption that can be hard to recover from. It's good shit. It's cost-intensive, but fuck it, it's funny.
Yeah.
Valiants have bored you to death,
God.
finally.
Like, I find this is one of the problems with Pendulum. There's just so many words. I can't read, so at the best of times.
Yeah, I get that. It has been kind of like a common complaint because they do have 2 text boxes, which does allow them to do more, but at the same time does make it so like, man, there's a lot of words.
And I still don't think any of these guys come close to Endymion anyway, so...
Absolutely not, no. They're kind of cute, but yeah. Valiant's Genesis Grand Duke is the Fire Fusion version. He's level 10, scale 10, and shares the same Pendulum effect. He needs 2 Valiants and can also be special summoned by attributing 1 level 5 or higher non-fusion Valiants in the same column as the EMZ. When specialed, he can target bounce a monster in the opponent's back row, burn them for its life points, and this card gains half that life points to its attack. It's fine, doesn't really disrupt, but can help with OTKs, but only if you set up properly using the other fusion.
Oh, you're trying to tell me you have to manage your resources
in a TTRPG.
What do the
Valiants.
What do the field spells do?
Yeah, so, sorry, I'm trying to remember if I'm getting these. I am. They spell world with a V for some reason. Valiant's World. Yeah. Valiant's World, Konig Weissen. Yeah, Valiant's World, Shinrabansho is a field spell that places a Valiant's field spell in the opponent's zone when activated, and if there are 2 cards in the field zone, the turn player can target and special a monster in their back row to its same column. And Valiant's World Konig Wissen has the same first effect and the second effect. If there are 2 cards in the field zone, the turn player can target 1 effect monster in the same column as a monster the turn player controls and put it in the back row. This is a neat effect, but the other spell allowing you to undo it is kind of dumb. Having both players have access to this kind of ruins the disruption potential.
Yeah, but I suppose they kind of want to like force the interaction of two people playing a game like this together.
Yeah, I
it's
feel
picking
like
theme
part of me
function.
Yeah, I almost feel like it would have been a better idea to just like have it so that when you summon one kind, like if you summon a water spellcaster to your side, you immediately summon a different type and attribute to the opponent's side of the field. I think that might be like more engaging, kind of fun to fuck with.
Yeah, and then I don't know, they could do something with that, but it's too late now. These guys are what they are.
Yeah. And the last few things are just a few extra notes and also some V-Jump shit. Changshi the Taoist is a worth Unizombie. Red Eye's Soul is a Red Eyes card. It becomes Red Eye's Black Dragon on field or graveyard, can be discarded when the opponent specials to spit out Red Eyes from hand or deck, and can quick effect burn your opponent with Red Eye's Black Dragon's original attack as a quickie. This exists.
It's just nice to see Red Eyes cards. They're getting another one. It's a level 6.
Gross.
It's coming. It's announced soon, eventually. But I don't know anything about it other than the fact that it's like level 6.
I'm not.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Bridge of Salvation has 2 once per duel effects. On field, the trap can, if 2 or more different types among level 10s are on the field, shuffle fucking everything except banished cards in this card into the deck. Then each player draws 5.
Yeah, that's funny.
And you can banish it from your graveyard to add 1 Crystal Beast and 1 field spell. This is a weird like field spell engine with Foolish Burial Goods that requires 2 bricks.
Yeah, it's weird. Like I'm too busy looking from the perspective of what do you call it? The shuffle everything, like the fiber jar effect.
Yeah, that's we were just talking about like Fiber Jar too.
It's uncanny.
Yeah. I don't know if it'll do anything, but it sure is interesting. Both effects are once per duel. Also,
Yeah,
I mentioned I think, or whatever.
that is brutal. I think the banish should definitely not be once per duel, but
yeah.
the main effect can be once per duel. Fuck it. Yeah, I don't think you can resolve this thing more than once per duel anyway. Even if you could.
Yeah, I mean, it literally says that it. Yeah. Yeah, I think these two are actually part of the history archive. But the last one is a genuinely good card from History Archive, Return of the Reaper.
Yeah, this is crazy.
This card is always treated as an Infernity card.
This is the best Infernity card ever made that you're allowed to play 3 of. And it can summon an Infernity from anywhere from deck. Hand, graveyard, banish, summons them. And it sets itself when an Infernity you control is destroyed by the opponent. This is a 10 out of 10 fucking card. Amazing comeback option. Great starter. It does fucking everything.
Yeah, how do they not fuck it up?
I know, I just genuinely love this card. This makes them so much more consistent, and they can kind of... Look, Launcher can never come back to 3 for very good reasons, but it doesn't hurt to give them a bone every now and then because they are so easy to kill.
That sounds like a fair assessment. I don't know much about Infinities, but I knew this would make you happy as soon as I saw it.
It did. I love this card. Infinities are the reason I enjoy Loop decks so much. They are such a goofy little deck. Now just the last few things to cover.
Fucking finally, I guess.
Yeah.
This is what's this? Train stuff?
No, that was last
it?
set. This one is Legendary. This one's Legendary Duelist 5,
Which was a bad set.
and Legendary Duelist 6, which was an expensive set and had Magician Souls and the Elemental Heroes.
Oh yeah.
It will also have Evil Heroes though.
Yeah. Another chance to get out of Dusted Gold, I guess.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a good set. It's gonna be very good for new hero players.
You
so,
might
you know,
get
check
a
that
chance
shit
at
out.
getting Magician Souls.
Yeah, that too. It's the Zexal stuff probably didn't need a reprint because it's all cheap. There might be 1 or 2 things they can reprint that could help. The Synchro stuff is I don't think they need a whole lot of reprints unless they unban Jet. I'm trying to think through all the pro tags that they put in. The Pendulum shit is all fucking abysmal, so whatever on that.
Yeah, well, they'll straight up admit certain things like they did with season 2. Was it season 1 where they just didn't put in any of?
Yeah, they did. They I forget who they cut, but they cut like 2 characters. I think they cut the chemistry shit because it was fucking genuinely awful, and I want to say they cut the they didn't cut Weevil, they didn't cut Relinquish, they cut the Ojama stuff.
Which is a shame because that was kind of okay.
To be fair, it's all rares, so it's easy to pick up, but it is kind of weird. And from Legendary Duelist 5, which was an awful set, you have the shitty Predaplant stuff, you have the pretty decent Evil Hero
Gimmick
stuff.
puppets.
You've got
Gimmick puppets.
Yeah, the Gimmick Puppet stuff was alright. But they're not expensive to get. They've got the Earthbound Immortal stuff, which most of it's bad, but the 2 Synchro cards they have that they can use, the Duskwalker and Dawnwalker, are probably fine. And
Mara?
what else did they? Yeah, they have Bakura's cards, which
yeah.
one of them could probably use a reprint. Curse
Yeah,
Necrofer.
that Searcher though is pretty good for Unchained.
Oh yeah. I like those. I like
And
those
and,
cards.
and
on
that
Unchained,
Rush
they're
F
fun.
deck I bodied you with that one time.
Fuck you. There were some more delays, Lamau. And last thing we're going to talk about here is Duel Links.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, cool.
Duel.
Another Dark Magician deck. Cool, thanks. Fucking sweet. The Aporia event sucked eggs, and you're doing it again this month. Thanks. Oh, God. They gave us Monster Reborn. God help us.
This is fine.
there's a selection box that exists, and it has Infernity Doom Archfiend now of all times for some fucking reason.
It's
Okay,
got
fine.
BLS in, hasn't it? It's got
think it
Envoy.
does. Let me. I think it does. Let me double check it. I don't remember if it's actually still in
Yeah,
season or not, so it
people
might
have
not even
been
be relevant.
arguing about that versus Legionnaire.
Christ, that is in the game. That should not be in this game.
People have been fighting over it because Legionnaire is objectively better, and that's in the game.
Legionnaire. There are a lot of things in the game that should not be in the game. A Legionnaire is probably one of the most offensive to me. They put Apprentice Illusion Magician in, so that good, great. I think they put in Ignister Prominence finally. They put in a bad DDD Destiny King 0 Laplace. There's
Phantom
shit
Knights
in there.
now in the game.
Yeah, it's so they had like 3 boxes since we last talked. One with they had Force of Infinity, which didn't have even the good fucking Mechlord cards. Just like the only good card in there is Deployer Obligado, and I guess like Mechlord Assembly, and they're both super rare. So fuck you if you wanted to build them. Dynamists are there pretty decent. Abyss Actors turned out to be meta relevant for a little bit, I think, which is nice.
Did they?
Yeah, no, Abyss Actors did pretty well as far as I'm concerned, as far as I'm aware. They put Burning Abyss, but only the bad ones in. They put some Yang Zings in, Odd Eyes
Zephyr
shit
is
in. Destruction Sword Memories. Yeah. I think Zephyr's in. And then the latest box, which just dropped a few days ago, to go with the Yuto event, which was bad and gave you really shitty rewards. The Yuto at least has a skill to like put Fogblade into your deck by discarding a PK. But yeah, this latest box has a handful of Zephyr cards, and focus on PKs and fucking ciphers.
It's Infinitrax, but none of the good ones.
There's literally no Infinitrack Ixies.
Yeah, which is a bit of a shame. But that being said,
really
I'm enjoying playing Tunneler, the one that recycles cards in Super Heavy Samurai.
Oh,
That's
That
a good
really
way just to
worked
get some grind game going.
Yeah, I think
That's
that's
about it. I think we're done.
Yeah, I think Duel Links is continuing to be a disappointment because they realize that they're going to kill it for Master Duels probably. And yeah, I think that's all. I have nothing to say except I'm depressed.
I have many things to say. None of them are good though. So we are one and the same.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yu-Gi-Oh!